Like, it was
All right.
not even a joke.
We're live. And if we're going to ask whoever, when they finally show up, how our volume is. By the way, don't let me forget, because that's always a
Okay.
thing. Sweet action. We're live. We'll see how many people show up. Sometimes I think about being like, fuck Twitch, and just going back to Instagram lives, because people hang out on Instagram, so then they see your live and they come on. Like,
Yeah.
I just keep hoping I'll eventually hit 10,000 followers, only so I can get the swipe up option in the stories, because then people will like instantly come to you instead of, people are lazy. I'm lazy.
Oh yeah.
I don't like following links. Like, I just want to be there. So
yeah.
Where are my system preferences? There we go.
Oh, I like your opening your live like intro video.
Oh, you're just now seeing. That's right. So it's delayed. You have never seen that before?
No.
Oh yeah, my best friend does all that kind of stuff. He made the music too. He made it for me, like, so I've had it from the get go. I almost need to update it. All the minis are. Well, I painted a lot since then, but it's kind of cute. It's fun. It's like it's almost like dress for the job you want.
Yep.
Kind of thing. Like, that was me trying to, like, I want to have a cool channel, but it's not, because then you like turn it on and it's all ghetto.
That's fine.
Ooh, I don't know if you saw this in my stories, but my friend made me this sweet. He like laser printed it, so the metal is black, and then
that's awesome.
It's cut away from it, so I know it's backwards, but isn't that cool? So
yeah, that's so cool.
Just to sort of show me what he can do, and he's like, yeah, very fun.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I don't know.
I do need to get a sticker of yours to throw on with my other stickers on my printer lid. Because the only one, because when I bought those cultists from you last year, you hadn't gotten stickers yet.
I think that's one. Is that how we first started talking?
Yeah.
I thought so.
Yep.
Well, shit. Right now, while we're talking, I will do the stickers. I just need to find them, because I don't remember where I put them. Where are my friggin'... No, they're there. All the stickers. Hello! How are you all today? I am going to be sending Andy stickers, so instead of painting, I'm going to be doing that for a minute. If you don't want to say your address, you can, like, message me on...
Yeah, I'll message you.
On Instagram, and then I'll write it down.
I mean, nobody's going to come hunt me down, but,
No, but still. I'm kind of a real big space case, and if I don't do shit right when I'm thinking about it, it'll be like a month before I send it to you, so...
Yeah.
That's how I roll. Yeah, I'm really bad about that stuff, actually.
I am the same way when it comes to work stuff. When I'm working, I have to, like, if my boss has me do something, like, I have to stop what I'm doing and go do that right away. Because otherwise I will forget, and then it doesn't get done.
Oh, happy late birthday. I
don't see the chat.
You aren't seeing it at all?
No, I see the live video, but I don't see...
You need to, I think, actually click on it, like you're actually joining the thing, if that makes sense. And the chat should be below it. Mr. Randy Bones says it was his birthday yesterday.
Oh, happy late birthday.
I do really love these holographic stickers. God,
those are sweet.
Kid. They're fun. And then when I ordered these, I didn't realize how freaking many I was gonna get. so everybody gets like 3 or more when I'm like, here, have some lot of stickers. Because I don't know why anybody would want to have 1 million of my stickers on everything. But they're fun. And my little emote from my Twitch emote, little tiny dark elf girl.
Oh yeah,
it's so cute.
That's sweet.
I'm really bummed, actually. The guy who did the emotes for me is a tattoo artist in England, and I was scheduled to get a tattoo from him, and now I'm not going.
Oh, so yeah.
That was... It's like, it's not just that my trip got canceled, like, other things did too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a bummer.
Yeah, well, such is life. Such as COVID, I should say.
Right. I'm really still holding out that Gen Con doesn't get canceled coming up next month because I have everything planned out for that, and all the minis I've been painting I'm taking to Gen Con with me.
To sell or just to show?
Yeah, well, to sell and show. So, Raven Press Maps, I helped get his Kickstarter more noticed on Instagram and everything. And so he asked if I would paint minis to send to him to use on his battle mats. And then he was like, why don't you just come out to Gen Con instead? And I was like, well, okay, fine.
Okay. Oh, cool.
Deal.
Are you still not seeing the chat?
I do now, yeah.
Okay, good. What got canceled again? Gen Con or my trip?
Gen Con has not been canceled that I've heard of yet, if that's what you guys are talking about.
Where is Gen Con?
It's in Indianapolis.
Okay, gotcha.
So.
I doubt it will be. You know, my trip wasn't canceled. I canceled my trip. So,
yeah.
Traveling overseas is a bit different abroad. A huge factor. I think the main thing was that I would have to take 3 COVID tests when I was there.
Oh yeah.
On the 2nd day, the 8th day, and then within 3 days of your flight home. And if I tested positive, I would be fucking quarantined in a foreign country at my expense.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like that's not an option. That's not like the most stressful thing I get. It's not like I'm going to be hanging out with my friends longer. It's like, no, I'll be by myself in a hotel room.
Yeah.
So, it's like, well, plus, I mean, even, the other factor is a lot of people, I know people, more and more people who are vaccinated who are getting sick.
Yeah.
Not extremely sick, but still.
But yeah, still another concern. Yeah. So. But
yeah, I'm bummed, but
hopefully everything will work out and you can go next year.
Yeah.
And stay longer than what you had originally planned, and
maybe
have it be so much fun.
The thing about staying longer, and the reason I don't, is because I have cats and I don't feel right leaving them for that long.
Yeah, and that's understandable.
Even 2.5 weeks is a very long time. Well, Kira, Bella won't give a shit.
Yeah,
Kira
will be
so
sad.
social. Well, yeah, and they're so used to me being here every day,
right?
Always now. I mean, literally, always here. She's used to that. She'll feel very abandoned, I think. Maybe I'll have a boyfriend by then, a live-in boyfriend who can just be here with them.
Just take care of him for you, yeah.
All right, got the address, and then I will get on to painting. Woohoo! What's everybody else up to today in the chat?
I drank way too much coffee.
Uh-oh.
And now my hand is a little shaky.
Not great.
No, especially when I'm trying to do small lines.
No. Yeah, shaky hands and painting are not friends.
Oh my goodness. Jason, so Sataki Prime that's in here is one of my real good friends. He's one of my D&D players.
Hello, Sataki Prime, aka Jason.
He and I are going to Gen Con.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Super stoked when I told him last night that I was going to be on this, and he's like, "Cool, send me the link. I'll come join." I was like, "All right, deal."
Well, yeah, welcome. I'm currently preparing stickers to send to Andy, rather than painting. So you're gonna get just a random paint thing, but it's not. It's just to put the stickers in, so they don't.
Perfect. I love looking at the Army Painter line.
Is that what this is? Oh, it is Army.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came with the wet palette, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, you're not getting a note because I just want to get this done with. So.
That's totally fine.
This is your note right now. This is us talking right now is your special note.
I love it.
What are you sub-assembling? Working on some sub-assembling. What are you sub-assembling? Kira. She's crying about something out there. Okay. Let's see. Let's finish some black gangers, guys. So close. So all of my gangers have, I don't know how well y'all can see this, but they all have a tiny little trim of color on their cloak, jackets, whatever. Either green or purple. And I forgot to put it on this guy, and he's already washed in like half. Anyways, do I just let him stay black for difference, or do I?
Could you do a darker color to look like the wash made it darker?
Well, they're already black.
Could you just go back over, like glaze over a wash over the highlight on it?
No, I mean, here, see how this is, there's no trim. I don't have a trim.
So, then I would just leave him black if there's no trim.
Yeah, just let one be black instead of, okay.
Yeah, and he could be like the leader.
Well, the leader has a purple cloak. Because he's fancy.
So he could be second in command.
There you go. All right. Perfect. Or he's just the rebel who's like, I don't want the trim.
Right.
Is he a leader? If so, more bling. No. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab them and I'll show y'all what the deal is. I do all my, minis are stored in the other room, and so that's where my, photographing area is. So these are all of them so far.
Mine is, at the other end of my table, right by my bed, right on the, like, where my pillow is on my bed.
Oh, nice. He's the leader. See, he's all fancier. He's got his cool, like, cane and purple cloak. And then the, like, second in command is this guy, which he's badass. I love his double knives.
Oh, yeah, he's cool.
But see what I mean? Like, they're all either have purple or green trim.
Yeah.
I don't know why y'all can see that, but on the
could you,
yeah.
In, like, the higher pieces on the one that doesn't have the trim, could you put just a little bit of, like, a darker green on, like, the ruffles of it?
Maybe. Yes, I want to do that, but I also can't do that because he would be the only one that had that color then. So
yeah. I
have kept it quite simple, and because, well, you know why? Because these are fucking tabletop quality, all right? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, hey Roland, what minis are they? They're the Delac Gangers from Necromunda. Myself and my friend Amy who does stuff on Instagram. She is painting a gang, I am painting a gang, and then we are auctioning them off as a set because Necromunda you play with two gangs for charity. And if you would like, it's $5 per raffle ticket. So if you would want to help support charity, there's a link in my... Is there a link on my actual Twitch? There's one on my Instagram. Or Linktree. There's a link in my Linktree, which is whatever, below. Below whatever the fuck you're looking at.
Jason, if you can't find it, I can copy the link off of her Linktree on Instagram.
No, I don't think I have it there.
Oh, you don't?
I don't know where... I don't know.
That's fine.
But yeah, there's a link to my Instagram. Anyways, but $5 and you could win both of the games, so... And no limit to tickets, it's just minimum 5 for one. Yeah. You can buy as many as you want.
That's awesome.
And the charity is, well, I can't think of it right off the top of my head. Brain fart, tired. Models for Heroes. So they basically supply models for, sort of like inpatient, former, like veterans and stuff like that who have, you know, PTSD
awesome.
And stuff like that. It's kind of art therapy, but like you don't have soldiers. How did the guy that's our connection with that charity? He's like, soldiers aren't really wanting to paint a bowl of fruit.
Yeah.
They'd rather build like tanks and paint, and like.
Yeah.
So what we do, so it's cool. It's like a mental health charity, but it's also in our hobby. So.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. How's it going, Roland?
I have a friend I should get you in contact with who does a lot of stuff for veteran stuff like that, and was doing a D&D campaign that ended up falling apart. He's out of Montana,
Oh.
and I'm sure that he could come up with some other cool stuff, charities and whatnot for later
Yes.
streams and stuff like that. If
I
you
love
want.
that. I want to always kind of be running something. Like I think
Yeah.
there's always the fear that if you can kind of oversaturate it and people are like, yo, another, they start to ignore you because you're always like,
Yeah.
give me money, because I'm always doing something. But
But I think if it's for good causes,
I like to think
it's a different. I think it's a different feeling. Especially there's always someone who's going to agree with a charity you're doing at a certain point, right? So
yeah, that's a good point. A really good point. Plus, it's like if they're kind of an ongoing one, if that makes sense. Like I'm not trying to do it in a week and like raise a bunch of money all at once. It's just kind of like, we've been working on these for several months.
Yeah, exactly.
Taking our sweet ass time. But yeah, they I don't know. I like for these, I thought of we thought of the value of what they would be if you bought a painted set.
Yeah.
And so it's like a couple $100 worth of stuff you're gonna win.
Oh yeah.
For potentially just $5. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a good charity.
My hand is too shaky to do that.
Aww.
So we are gonna do Rust instead.
Hello, Rachel. How are you today?
Hello.
A cleric of witches, aka Rachel. I never know if I should call people. I want to call people by their real names because that's more personal. But then I'm like, not everybody in the chat even knows who I'm referring to, maybe. But
right.
What are we painting? I am trying to finish these Delac-Gangers that I've been working on for what feels like forever. So
Let's see if this will work.
If
Doing
finish 2, that would be good.
This super cool ogre from Lord of the Print. There's their other ogre.
You can kind of see him if you hold him to the side of it. It was actually showing up okay. Yeah. He's amazing.
So, thanks.
The
I'm making him
really good.
The chieftain or the leader of the clan.
Nice.
So he got war paint. The catapult ogre did not get war paint because he's not as important.
He's not as cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, the model's super cool, but
okay,
but in general, he is not as cool as the leader.
Yeah. Yeah, Lord of the Print's amazing.
They have so many cool things.
Too many models, too little time.
No kidding.
I find myself even this morning, I was looking on Etsy and I'm like, what are you fucking doing? I have more minis that I could probably paint in my lifetime at this point.
Right.
And I mean, Andy, when I say I had 100 projects, how long ago did you give this to me? It's still sitting there. It's almost done too. It's near done and it's still just hanging out.
That's fine.
Yeah, fudge. Well, and I have one of the drow fighters too. He's almost done, and they're just all almost done. It's just fucking finish something, kid. Wait, what did I just miss? Aaron, you see my share. Okay, well that makes me feel a little better. Oh God, what did I didn't even show y'all. I forgot to show Instagram what I bought. That's a rarity, isn't it? If I get something in the mail, I always show you guys. Bam. Yeah, that just happened.
Oh, that is so cool.
So, A Tale of Two Minis sent me a few that were painted. He painted a few for me, right? With the color shift.
Yeah.
And they're so cool. And then I bought a Hicks and Ripley.
Yeah.
And I just want to make a diorama, but in my mind, it's called Last Stand. And I have them back to back, guns out, but super surrounded by aliens. So I needed a bunch of aliens. I needed them, guys. I have no idea when I'm going to get around to that, but
I totally keep seeing those, and I want to get them because I want to run the Alien RPG.
Yes. Oh,
and
I want to run that.
In order to actually not make everything theater of the mind, and have super cool alien painted minis.
That box is only $20.
I need to save my money for Gen Con right now.
I know.
So
I'm just
bad.
saying, like at the end, that wasn't that
But,
bad
yeah.
for 12
Nah,
models.
no, that's not bad at all.
It's cheaper than anything Games Workshop, that's for sure.
Yes. Speaking of Games Workshop, I still need to assemble Abaddon so I can paint him up.
Oh god, that's right. You and I both. I mean, mine's assembled mostly, but speaking of pre-assembly,
I totally want to. I want to do the face that he has, like the 3/4 mask on.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Because they give you like the 3 different heads to do, and I totally want to have that mask on him.
I chose the head that looks like what's his face from Joe, you know, from God, Fury Road.
Oh yeah.
What is his name?
Yeah. So you did the one with the mask on then, right?
Like the breathy mask, like
Yeah.
yeah.
The one that like just comes from his nose down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Morton
that's the
Joe?
same.
Morton Joe, is that it?
I think that's That's the same one that I want, face that I want to put onto him.
Yeah, it's a cool one. It's a cool one. He's just such a busy model, and he's one of those models I need to know what my 100% what my paint scheme is going into it.
Yeah.
But I have yet to kind of decide
right
what it's gonna be, which is
I have plans for him, but because one of my players is watching, I can't say anything because it'll ruin the surprise.
Plug your ears. No, just kidding. Morton Joe. Yeah, Morton Joe. Thank you. That's what I thought. Yeah, plug your ears. We have no way of knowing that they actually do that, so. Kill team looks so good. What kill team? What kill team? What the what?
That's Jason. That's Jason trying to pretend that he's not listening.
Uh-huh. Sure.
Yeah. Jason, I've known you longer than that.
That's amazing. Man, I wish I had time to play in every D&D game I wanted.
Yeah.
I keep getting, invited to, and it's like, I want to say yes to all of them, because shit, man.
Right.
It's the best thing, but...
I mean, if we could all just be, like the people of Crit Roll and get paid to play D&D, life would be so much better.
God, I agree. I mean, how long ago did you invite me to be a guest?
Which time?
Which time? I see that, I can do. I'm better at that now. I've guest starred in a Star Wars campaign, which
cool.
Rachel is playing in, and I need to do that too. Again, it's.
I have heard of. I would like to try the Star Wars one. Because it sounds a lot of fun.
It's very.
And it's also Star Wars.
Yeah, exactly. So he uses all the world, but it's very what's the wow, like my brain is
homebrewed.
Homebrew. Thank you for filling in my gaps.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so Rachel, what are you playing in that? Are you a regular at this point? Or are you just guesting also? I felt kind of overwhelmed because it's like when a campaign's already going on and it's an NPC that I took over. It's like you just kind of get dropped in. You don't know what the hell's going on, but
yeah.
Yeah, okay, Rachel, I'm with you. So that's funny you said that the system was too much mentally. Yeah, it's pretty fucking. It's like D&D, but like the stats and all. It's really they call everything different. It's really confusing. Yeah,
well, it's all
new.
It's all based off of like success, right? It's not a D20 system, right?
No. No. Yeah, it's weird, and I wish that everyone could just agree that the way D&D is played is perfect. So just model your games after that. Thank you.
So we have been the D&D group that I originally started playing with. We've been playing Hollow Earth, which is similar setting, or not setting, but rule system to Star Wars, except it's not D6 based. But you can do, it's all based off of like successes. So if you have like an 8 proficiency in something, right, you roll 8 sets of dice, and it can be whatever dice you want. And as long as you have more successes than failures, then you successfully do that skill.
A success meaning like if it's a D6, it's 4, 5, and 6 is a success.
No. So you have to just have evens as opposed to odds. So if you have like, you roll 8 D6s and you get 5 evens, 5 even-sided dice, and then the other ones, then it's, you successfully shoot that gun.
Okay.
So, not like Cthulhu where you want just super low numbers to do that, because that's even more confusing.
See, exactly. Why can't they just, I don't know.
Yeah.
You don't always need to reinvent the wheel every single freaking time.
Right.
I think I've been getting cranky about video games reinventing the fucking wheel lately, too. Like, it's not... This system is in place and has worked. Why are you changing it? Like...
Exactly.
The new Dark Alliance game. It's trash. It's freaking trash. We stopped playing.
I've not heard any good things of that.
No. There's whole, like, podcasts that just go on about how fucking much it sucks.
And it looked so cool from the trailer. Like, the trailer looked so cool.
This is what I think. They're like, we are going to sell a lot of copies because, 1, there's a huge following of the original games. 2, there's a huge following of the books and those characters.
Yeah.
And just D&D people. So they took like, the lowest bidder, basically, just to, like, cash in is what I think. Oh, thank you for the follow.
I would agree.
It's bad,
from what I've heard.
But it's like they already had the like basics of these games done. Like you already had a model to follow, and they changed it all. Here's a great example: in-game loot style games.
Yeah.
When you pick up loot, you immediately want to put the new shit on, right? Like in-game, like, I found a new sword. I'm gonna equip it right now. No, not in this game. You collect everything, and you have to wait till you finish the level. And then in your stupid, like, safe place, you have to go to a chest, open the chest, and then you can have your crap. Like, why would you go above and beyond to make, like, a whole new way of doing things when the other way was better, and that's part of the fun of looting?
Yeah.
And the AI is stupid as shit. Like, the monsters will like, we're fighting, like, gray dwarves. And you walk into a room and there's 5 of them, and they just fucking stand there. Like, they don't see you and come for you, even though they see you and they should be coming for you.
So it's like it sounds like they almost, like, had everything, were in, like, the process of getting everything done, and then they ended up, like, speeding it up and...
pushing it out.
Just like, pushing it out instead of taking the time to make sure everything was done correctly on it.
100%. And so, at first everyone, including myself, we were like, okay, they're going to patch this stuff. Like, they just want to push it out and then patch it. Nope, there's, like, no patches that have been coming through.
Wow.
It's bad.
That's sad.
And I don't normally get this upset about games, just so y'all know. It's just that, like, that's my shit. Like, the Drits, like, in those style of games are my favorite thing. Like dungeon crawl, hack and slashy, whatever you want to fucking call them, are my shtick. So I'm bitter. I'm a little bitter.
Yeah.
But back to Aliens. Pre-ordered the new Aliens game, so that should be badass.
New Alien game?
Yes.
What?
She said it, yeah. I was excited as fuck for months. Be bitter. Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's not like those games are friggin' cheap either.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I was streaming them when my friend and I were like, we're just gonna stream the whole game. Like, that'll be cool. And it would crash on us constantly. So it's like, it would crash. The stream crashes. This is like, alright, this is cool, guys. It's pretty awesome. It looks...
The new Alien game. What is this?
It's called... What is it called? Fire Team Elite or something? It's a 3-player co-op online, unfortunately. I don't know why they... Don't get me started. That's a whole other stream rant. Why they don't do couch co-op very often. It looks badass though.
Yeah.
3-player, yeah, weird.
But
right?
you have the lame station, don't you?
Get out of my stream. Yes,
I
I have
mean,
PS4.
just to
I don't like
reiterate,
Xbox.
I mean, Xbox is made by the master race of streaming in general, anyways, right? With the PC.
Okay, but I don't like the Xbox. I don't like the interface. I don't like the controllers. I don't like their games, like the just
But
Xbox
they have
games.
Gears of War. Gears of War is like the greatest game ever.
I don't like it that much. It's not.
Oh, I love that game.
I need to either be bonded with the characters or have fun, like Borderlands. Like to me, Borderlands is like just silly and over the top and like fun. Where Gears of War is kind of a little too.
I bought Borderlands 3 and I played it for 20 minutes and I hated that game.
Really? Okay,
I
so we don't
genuinely
game
disliked it.
We don't game the same. That's okay.
Yeah.
We don't video game the same.
The Nintendo 64 was the best, for sure.
I still have my 64, you guys. Have I shown
I still have mine too.
Is yours turquoise?
No, mine's the original black gray or whatever it was.
Oh. So
I still have the greatest game ever invented for that, which was GoldenEye.
Oh, because you're a boy. I have a theory that only like men like that game.
I mean, it was one of the greatest first-person shooters ever. You got to play as James Bond, like.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing: I hung out with a bunch of dudes who would play that game, and I would be like, "All right," they're like, "Play with us." Okay, sure. Nobody would ever give me a chance to actually like learn
how to play it
and learn it. They just kill you again, and it was never fun. So it like really turned me off of first-person shooters for a really long time until Borderlands, actually, and that is what taught me how
to. Until what one?
Borderlands.
Oh, Borderlands.
Yeah. Now I do like first-person shooters, but I hated them before that. I didn't get it. Ooh, I started a couple nights ago. We started playing. When I say I play all my games with my friend Ryan. That's like he's my gaming bro.
Yeah.
We started playing Salt and Sanctuary, which is a kind of older game now. It's like 4 or 5 years old, but it's basically the Dark Souls of side scrollers.
Oh, cool.
So it's fucking hard. Like stupid hard, you guys. But it's the kind of hard where you're like you constantly are dying. But you're still having fun. No, you're like mad and annoyed, but you feel compelled to try again. Like
so you're still having fun to an extent.
Yes, but it's in this. I don't know if you've ever played the Dark Souls games. It's not really my style of game, but I've watched people play.
I haven't played. I played the very first one, or like the second one, but I haven't played them in a very long time.
Well, you know, they're like, they don't really teach you. You kind of have to teach yourself, like, just by fucking up. Like, that's how you learn. Oh, thank you. Hi, T. Thanks for resubscribing. T as in Tom, but he calls me E and I call him T. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So it's just like, you every time you die, you learn what not to do next time. So that's kind of what the compelling thing is. You're like, ah! And then you have to run all the way back, and like every time you die, whoever kills you keeps your money basically. So you have to go kill them to get your. And then you go
find that person. Yeah.
It's so annoying. It's so annoying, and I'm gonna keep playing.
And it's not like Grand Theft Auto where they steal your money and then you kill them and you get like $4 back instead of $150 back.
Yeah. Oh, and also they remastered Oddworld, the original Abe's Odyssey. I don't know if you guys ever played that, but what a great game, and it looks so good.
Nice. I will have to.
They're all really cheap right now. I know you don't have PlayStation, but for those of you who do who are gamers, they have a lot of the indie games are all like $5 right now. And Diablo 2 remastered comes out next month.
I'm so excited for that.
See, I wish we played on the same system because we could play.
There's an easy fix for that.
Is there?
Yeah.
You buy a PlayStation?
You just have to get an Xbox.
The Adventures of D&D. I wish they remade Diablo 1. Did they not remaster that?
I don't think they did the first Diablo. They were doing. I know they did the second one.
Yeah, the second one is the one that's coming, and then after that, the new one comes out. 4.
Well,
No.
hopefully, you've heard about all the stuff that happened with Blizzard, right?
No. Do I want
Oh,
to know?
they had a whole bunch of claim of misconduct and stuff.
What kind of misconduct?
Real bad sexual assault
Oh.
stuff. Really, really bad things. Like there's a bunch of very bad things. I'll find the link, the articles, links to them, and send them to you later.
Okay.
There was a lot of bad things that happened with Blizzard recently.
Oh, well, that's awkward.
Yeah. So I don't know what that means for Diablo 4 because I really like Diablo 3 and I was super stoked for Diablo 4.
Me too. Like, really stoked.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite games.
Misconduct is definitely putting it mildly. There was really bad things that happened.
Okay, but this... I hope this is not offensive because it's genuinely just curiosity. What does that have to do with them releasing a game? I'm actually asking. Like, why would that...
I think a lot of the people that were part of the creation teams and stuff were part of this
scandal
scandal that happened.
Okay.
I don't know a whole lot. I've just heard some of the stuff that happened.
Okay.
Well.
Well.
Yeah.
Great.
But from what I've heard, it was not good at all. And it kind of turned me off of being a fan of Blizzard. To not to actually, say that.
I hate when you're like, that happens to any brand.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, well, great.
Mm-hmm.
You think E4 is
super cool.
I think they will too, because I think what would happen is that probably they'll pick up other people to finish a game or whatever. Like maybe,
Yeah.
Because there's other investors and stuff that are going to want that game to be...
Oh, absolutely.
Finished. Weird. Well...
But yeah, it was not good.
Okay, yeah, I need to know now. Blizzard makes a lot of good games, huh?
Yeah. Well, and Blizzard owns Activision too, which does a lot of stuff. They do I think they're Call of Duty, aren't they? Or is that somebody else?
I don't know. I can't actually think of what they do off the top of my head.
I think Activision is Call of Duty.
Is this not stuff you guys can talk about in a stream? Like you have to wait to send it to me? Is it that offensive? I'm just really curious now.
I think it could be for some people. I don't know.
Gotcha.
The people that tend to hang out in here very often because I'm not part of this very often.
I do drop the F-bomb every 5 minutes, and
okay.
I do have an 18 or over thing on my... so, there's potential for Diablo 2 to be cross-platform, you think?
That would be cool.
Warzone. How does cross-platform work?
It would essentially be... I think you just have to be friends. I'm not sure. I've not played cross-platform with other people before.
Me either. It's like, what? That's a thing? Just not at release. Well, no, that's kind of like I get really crabby about games not being two-player. I am going to go there. Co-op. I mean, couch co-op. Because the same effort... It's not that much harder to make a game couch co-op. And the reason I know that is because there is this game called... Well, the original one is Dead Nation, and it's one of my favorite games. Like, the replayability is insane. It's couch co-op. They made their next game they came out with was Alien Nation. And, well, hello! And everyone is expecting essentially, like, the same style. It was supposed to be the same style game, but, like, aliens instead of zombies or whatever. And they drop it the first day, and it's not couch co-op. and everybody was so pissed, including us, that we like wanted our money back. Like people were mad because that was like, and within 2 days they patched the game to couch co-op.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which tells me that it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Why don't they just make that an option? Like we don't all have. What is wrong with still just wanting to sit on your couch with your friend and play games?
Yeah, exactly.
Especially since my gen, I'm just going to speak for myself, us 40-year-olds grew up in Nintendo, which was all couch co-op. Like, absolutely. And we are the ones who are buying the most games with our monies.
Yeah.
So
absolutely, because we have adult money now.
Yes, adult monies, and we want...
And we want to be able to just sit on the couch with our friends and not have to play with that 5-year-old that plays all day long because they have no job responsibilities.
Yes.
And is just really freaking good at the game. Not bitter because I get beat online by 8-year-olds.
Not bitter at all. We're always laughing about that with like Mario Kart. Like, I don't want to play those kids. They destroy you. Like,
yeah.
And the system has.
We played Mario Kart with my friends one time. Whew. It's so rough.
That's the best point ever, Rachel. The system has 2 controllers. It is modeled for playing together.
Yeah.
And not just I'm not versus is different. Like wanting to be in like, it's the same reason I play D&D. It's co-op.
Exactly.
That's couch co-op. It's table co-op.
Yeah, but like, I mean, sometimes you play on a couch if you don't have space.
Yeah, man. But like, I don't know. I know a lot of people play one-player games, and I just don't. Like, I'm a gamer because it's what I do. It's one of the ways I hang out with my friends, so that's what bugs me about it. Like, but I don't think I'm gonna change the system as much as I complain about it to people that don't have any say. Yeah, I don't get it. Anyways, so I think that's part of my love for games like Borderlands is because it was that. And then like I actually bought the Xbox simply to play what am I trying to say? What's their main game? Halo. Because Halos were all couch co-op until like the 4th one came out, and it wasn't. It's like, again, why would you change that? Like all of them were that way. Why would you all of a sudden make one that wasn't?
I stopped playing Halo after the 3rd one.
I think that's me too. Like, and then that's when I decided to sell my Xbox.
That was a mistake.
It really wasn't. I'm sorry. The interface is horrible. It's so bad. And all the time I was still confused, like trying to find anything or get into my game. I was I think it's for all time people were gonna argue. Which Halo 5, that must have been the one. Yeah.
I've used I've had Xbox since the original Xbox came out, so for me, like,
it's personal.
It's the one that like I've played the most on, right? So like going over to my friend's house and playing on their PlayStation, I was always like, this is confusing. Why can't it be the same, right? It's like getting an Apple versus an Android, right? Like they're totally different interfaces.
They really are. See, and that's my thing. I went from Nintendo to PlayStation, and that's always what I still have my PS2, actually. I had a PlayStation 2, and the only reason I had it was so I could play MLB The Show. Isn't that funny? We have an entire system just to play one game. Like,
yep.
That was me and Xbox.
Yeah, and I had bought it after the PlayStation 3 came out, so it like was super cheap.
Same.
And it was like, well, yeah, I'm just gonna buy it. And then I only bought that one game because all the other games were still super expensive. And then I ended up selling my PlayStation because I didn't need it.
So we're basically telling the same story, but the opposite.
Yeah.
But opposite. Yeah, I know I sold my... Because when I bought the Xbox, it was with my ex-boyfriend, so he had the PS4, and then I bought that, and like when we broke up, they went their respective ways, and I was like, fuck this shit, so I sold my Xbox, and with the exact... not even $1 more, I was able to go buy a new PS4, so...
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I bought a vortex mixer for my paints. So if you hear like a low buzzing,
can I see
that's what it is.
what it looks like?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
I need to
super
get one.
tiny. They are amazing.
Where did you get
I
it?
still have. I got it on Amazon. This one was like $70.
Oh.
But they have cheaper ones. And this one is like the lower, quote unquote, lower quality because it doesn't have like a variable speed on it.
Would you need that? I mean, again, genuine question. Why would
I
you
don't-
need a different speed?
I'm not sure. That's a answer. Unfortunately, I don't know. Her question, I don't know the answer to. But it is definitely a very nice luxury item that you don't have to have, but it saves your arm from shaking the paint all the time.
Plus, like, I don't know, I feel like the longer you're in this hobby, like, yeah, you need very little to start out, but as the longer you're in it, I think it's okay to, like, slowly get better
Branch
stuff.
out,
Like,
yeah, exactly. Like using your airbrush more often.
Shh, quiet you. I don't know what he's talking about. No idea. I may have not touched it since a month ago. It might still be sitting on my deck.
Ooh. I can't not use my airbrush. Like, I love using it for priming, setting up that first layer of base coats.
I would if I didn't have problems with it. I want to love it, Andy.
What do you have problems with?
All of it. Mostly clogging. No matter what attempt, like how I try.
Do you not thin your paint down enough?
I think I might thin it too much.
Okay.
I was told it's what I'm using. The true airbrush thinner also dries your. There's a accelerant in that, I believe, is what somebody was trying to explain to me. And so, when you accelerate, it's also drying faster in the gun. Like in clogging it faster.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I use the Vallejo airbrush thinner. And I just do.
Rolling. I mean, this one.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I still, after I put my paint bottle on the shaker, I still shake it by hand. So.
Do you just habit?
Yeah, it's just a habit.
Just to be sure.
I even do that with my dropper bottle of airbrush thinner. Like, I will go and grab it and shake my dropper bottle just because, even though it's thinner, I don't need to shake that.
No.
I don't need to shake my dropper bottles of water, but I do anyways because it's just a habit. So I do like consistency wise, you want like the consistency of coffee creamer.
Yes.
For your paint.
Okay.
And that's what I will kind of go for. Sometimes I'll go less just to know that it's a little thinner. Especially for like if I'm doing OSL stuff or whatever. But then also, you want to drop the PSI a little bit more to, depending, because if it's too thin and you're spraying it out at a higher PSI, it's not going to work correctly.
Okay. Why? I ask why a lot because my brain I am one of those people who needs over explanation to understand.
Yeah, so it'll be too thin, and it'll like cause it to run everywhere.
Okay, right.
If you're spraying it at too high of a PSI.
Okay.
But I've definitely had issues of it clogging, and that's more so because I don't always take the time to clean it out when I get done.
Yeah. That's the other thing. If it didn't need to be cleaned, I'd be more likely to. I
think I have the same airbrush that you do, so it's still like the quote-unquote super cheap one.
Right.
So to me, it's kind of like, yeah, I didn't spend a whole bunch of money on it, and if I can go a couple days without cleaning it out, that's fine. I'll just spend the time and clean it out the next time I need it. So don't be like me. I don't take care of things as well as I should.
I don't either. That's why I'm using like brushes that are worth pennies. Like, no joke. Yeah. This whole like thing was like $5 worth of brushes, maybe.
So I just bought some Raphael 8404's brushes, still in the package. Have not touched them because I know that as soon as I open them, I'm not going to take care of them. And they were like $20 brushes each.
Oh. Well,
And so I'm like waiting to just need to absolutely use them
I feel like
before I.
a quality brush, maybe just save those for like the fine detail
Yeah.
work or whatever, maybe, or
Well, and that's what these ones are, like the super tiny. Like I have a 05 or a 50 and a 30, so like super super small.
so yeah, that's what I would. I mean, I should say that I do have one or a couple better brushes for that when I get down to like the really,
Yeah,
and I only use them for that. But cheap brushes do rule. I agree.
that is a fact.
You don't cry when you're like, oh, I forgot to take it out of the water for 3 days.
Right. Unless they're the awesome that Army Painter doesn't make anymore of the wooden hobby dry brushes. Because if you leave those in the bottle, that soaks up into the handle, and then you're completely screwed.
Oh. Well, these are all
Those
wooden. What do you mean?
So, like these, the hobby Army Painter brushes, they don't make these anymore, and they're like the ferrule. When you sit it in water, it will swell up into the handle.
Weird.
Where's
These
yeah,
are
it's not good.
They're Chinese they're from China. They don't even
So
have. I don't even know what they are. They just.
So you can see like it broke all of the
Oh, weird.
molding around it. Like it completely swelled into the handle, and that was like
Explode.
2 hours of it sitting in the cup because it had a whole bunch of like mud texture on it. So I was trying to just soak it, and I pulled it
Like
back
a
out, and I was like,
dirty
oh, that's
pan.
cool.
You know, you soak the pan before you actually wash it.
Yeah,
like that.
exactly.
I do that too, actually, with like dry brushes because they get so crammed.
Yes.
I have a lot of dry brushes too, and I destroy those too. But they're like dollar tree brushes.
Yeah, and that's what those
Makeup
are.
Brushes.
Like, yeah, dry brushes are supposed to just get destroyed. Like that's what they're made for.
They just really compact. Like I don't like how like the brush is all like halfway up is just a rock.
Yeah.
And there's so much paint crayon, and you can't ever even get that out.
No, never comes out.
Yeah. So you know the app Wish, that's where I buy my brushes.
Oh, okay.
There's like no joke, like
I
a
get
couple
'em.
dollars, and they send you like 20.
That's awesome. I get mine off of Amazon. I just buy like the cheap 20 pack and just call it good. And then I know in like 3 months I buy
Another one.
Buy them again, and
Yep.
6 months I'll wait now because I've gotten better of actually trying to take care of my brushes somewhat.
It's okay. I'm gonna equate this to lighters. If you were ever a smoker or you smoked a ganja or whatever, when you have one lighter, you care for it like it's the last lighter on earth.
Exactly.
When you have 20 lighters, you're careless as fuck.
Yeah.
You're just like, lighter for you,
like,
lighter for you.
Yeah.
And you don't care.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden
you're like,
you don't have any.
I don't have any more.
And then you don't have any. So it's almost like that with brushes. Like when I first started, I had some good ones and I was really good about caring for them. And now that I have like 20 shitty ones, I'm even more careless about it.
Yep. Exactly.
I have just this brush cleaner.
Yep, that's what I use as well.
I mean, I kind of might need a new one. That's getting down there. I love little weird little crevices.
I had bought 2 of those because Amazon had a deal on them, and it was like, I don't know, $15 for 2 of them. And so I was like, yeah, nice. Cool, I'll buy those. I've barely even used one of them. I was like, this is gonna last for way longer than I need.
Forever. Yeah, no, I think this is the only one I've actually ever had.
Yeah.
That's how little I use it. I feel like it seems stupid to use on a brush that's shitty and.
Yeah, because it's gonna just flare over and roll up, and you're not gonna have that nice tip anymore on it. But it doesn't matter because it's a cheap brush.
Exactly. I feel like most painting is you don't need the perfect point for all the basic. Well, I mean, I think also your style of painting matters too for the kind of brushes you want.
Yeah.
Meaning, like some people actually like brush strokes. Some people are, like we all have a little bit of different way that we.
Yep. Any good? Are you talking about the soap, Jason? Because if so, I do like it when I use it. And
Yeah,
it's
it's
nice
good.
because you can roll your your super small detail brushes in the dry soap, and it'll help condition and keep the point longer on them. I have an extra one I can give you the next time I see you. You can try it out.
Yeah, I think it is good, and when I feel like I should wash my brushes, I like it.
Yeah.
I think these dudes are almost done. Woo! Yes, dude.
Yeah, Jason, I'll give you one on a Saturday when we meet up for D&D.
Fun.
So here's, I can't, it's not going to show as well on the picture. It doesn't look great, but that's the rust on his glaive.
Oh, it looks really good. Very cool.
So I don't know how well it'll look on the actual model. It doesn't look too bad.
I think it looks really good.
Thanks.
You know the other problem with batch painting, when you don't actually batch paint them, or when you're
right,
is I'm like, oh wait, how did I do that? Like what color did I use to do that? Like
yeah.
trying.
Or it's been like 4 days and you can't get that whip blend to be the exact same color.
Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. I keep reminding myself that, well, yes, these are auctioned off for charity. We did just say tabletop quality, so.
But there's still like.
Later, Rachel. Thanks for hanging out.
See, that's the same. Like with me, I feel like I spend more time on a model than I should. But it's also because I think you want to put in an effort to make it look as good as you can.
Yes. Even
though it's still that tabletop quality, you're still wanting to make it a product for somebody to be super good looking, and have them be like, oh, this is amazing.
Yeah, it's a challenge. I feel like to kind of find a middle ground where you're not.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, where you're satisfied, like, this is the best I could do for for whoever's gonna end up with this model or what. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing. And I think the longer you paint, the higher your standard for yourself becomes too.
Yeah.
Like what? Yeah.
Or you start hanging out with people that paint way better than you do, and
that too.
You got to try to be on their level.
Up your game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know I have said this to you before, but you are improving at a very impressive pace.
Thanks. I appreciate that. I still see like all of the mistakes that I make, or that things could have been better.
I think that's part of getting better too, if that makes sense. You know where you need to improve because you're a better painter and you are looking at it differently.
Yeah.
No, she has not. Good thing to do. Yes, it does feel good, Roland. Even if Amy's aren't done, it would be nice to just get them off my desk and call it done and make my little tourney video. Make my tourney video, come up with some music that's appropriate, and be done.
Like, you spin me right around?
Yeah, that's... You know how tempting that one is? I'm like, no, it's too cliche, I can't do it.
Right.
So tempting. So tempting. No, I just love making those things. It's really stupid how long I spend on those. Almost embarrassing, like, to admit. It's not just finding the perfect song, it's finding the moment in the perfect song, because you get like 30 seconds to work with and you want it to
yeah. I have not tried doing any videos like that just because I think with the way that I've been taking pictures lately, I don't know if it would turn out very well.
Do you have a spinny thingy?
No. I don't. That's also another problem of it.
The main reason I got one was for my dragon. Or, no, it was the Demigorgon that made me think about how hard those were to photograph. Bigger models are hard to freaking photograph. And then dragons and, like, the way they... So where it's, like... That's why I bought it, because at least... Well, you can take photographs of, like, closer up areas, but then the video at least can show everybody the whole thing, like...
Yeah.
And that's... Yeah.
I definitely felt that with Tiamat because she has such giant wingspan.
Yeah.
But then it was also, but then I was like, the wings aren't like the focal point of that model either. Like the heads are the focal point of that model. So it was like, okay, if the wings kind of get cut out, that's fine. And then I made the post, and then I had like 4 people comment, "Hey, can you get a close up of the pictures?" And I was like, or of the faces, and I was just like, "Oh, that was the one thing I forgot to do." And as soon as I posted it too, I was like, I didn't do any close ups of the heads.
I wish you could edit your posts after the fact.
Yeah.
It really bothers me that you can't actually like.
Yeah. Well, and there's been some people I've talked to as well, that have a theory that Instagram's algorithm, if you go back and edit anything in the pictures, instantly puts it down on in the lower portion of the algorithm.
Are you serious? Like if you edit the text even?
I'm serious.
Oh. So whenever I say, "Are you serious?" Siri thinks I'm talking to them.
That's funny.
I don't even know what the hell we were talking about. Oh, so you think editing text does that too?
I don't know.
I mean, is that what they think?
I think so, but I don't. I'm
that
not
sucks
quite
because
sure.
I edit almost every post I make because I always find typos after the fact. Not when I'm looking for them pre-post. It's always after the fact where I'm like, that what?
Yeah. Thanks, Roland. I liked that Tiamat.
Yeah, that's really good.
That was one of the first models I did, like inks in all of it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I based her all in inks and then went back over with other colors to highlight. And if I do another one, I would do it differently. I don't think I would use the inks because the inks were so bright. And because they have so much more pigment in them.
Yeah.
That I felt like I couldn't go brighter in some areas without like taking it down completely darker.
But learning experience.
Exactly.
Or something.
Yeah.
That's me trying to be positive even for myself sometimes. I'm like, yeah, well, you won't do that again.
Yeah. And like inks are cool, and I think it helps definitely with like a zenithal prime because then, because they're so much brighter once they get to that point of hitting the white and everything from the zenithal, it just makes them that much brighter. But you can't really take it brighter from there,
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Roland, are you doing a project for the 4 Elements Dare? Oh my, I'm so excited about next month's theme, by the way. I just changed the subject, but...
Oh, what is it?
It's one I can't tell you yet, but I've been putting it off for like months. I've been waiting, because it's a 1-year anniversary of the Dare. So I've been waiting for this. I know, I can't believe it's been a friggin' year, but... Sometimes I can. It kind of feels like a decade, also.
Right.
So...
I mean, I still think we're in 2020 occasionally.
Uh-huh. Me too. Well, because it doesn't feel much different.
Yeah. Friday will feel completely different for me for the first time in a year because I finally get to go to my first concert.
Yay!
After a year.
What are you seeing?
Megadeth and Lamb of God.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Megadeth. Damn, dude. Sweet.
I'm so stoked.
I bet you are. I haven't gone to a concert in over 2 years. It'd been a while before, and I had tickets that got canceled during the COVID times, but
yeah.
I currently don't have tickets until December for a show, but I'm excited too.
Who are you gonna see?
She passed away. I've talked about them a few times on Instagram, but they're Dark Wave.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hydrate. We gotta hydrate, Andy.
Hydrate. This is just vodka, by the way. It's just a giant quart container of vodka.
Is it really?
No.
Oh, I was like, really? That's amazing. I can't. Some
No.
people can drink when they paint or like drink or smoke or whatever. I'm like, I cannot.
I can't. I also have essentially quit drinking. I quit smoking weed as well. So now I'm super, super fun and basically sober. But
I found because I'm dating, I've like drank more in the last 2 months than I did in a year. Just because going out, you get a drink.
yeah,
Like because I don't drink alone. I sat at home by myself for a year, so it's
right.
kind of weird. But
You don't listen to George Thorogood and drink alone.
no, I'm gonna say something controversial, but I don't like George Thorogood. There, I said it.
I like some songs. I don't typically go out of my way to listen to them.
I feel like the only time I hear him is in a bar if somebody like plays them on the jukebox or something. Yeah, not really. And I like classic rock very much, but no. It's his style of singing I just don't really care for.
I can understand that.
But no, I don't drink alone. I'm such a like that makes me I'm a really social drinker.
Yeah.
So drinking alone is just like a bummer for me to like not have anybody to like blab with.
Yeah.
I think that's why.
I can understand that. When I do drink, it's typically when we're playing D&D, and I had a beer last night, and they got into some crazy combat. It was great.
Oh,
it was so much fun.
Yeah,
I can talk about it now because they've had the encounter, but they fought a death knight for a little bit, and then was able to convince him to get out of the combat because he was starting to kill some people. They were getting close to putting people into death saves, and there was they had 5 wraiths that appeared as well.
Ooh.
Or 6 wraiths on top of the death knight. So
what's the
it was
party
going to be
made of? How many players?
There was 5 last night, but they typically have 7 people.
Wow, that's a lot to DM for.
Yeah, it's a fun group though. It's my dad, my sister, Jason, if he's still in the stream with us. Just a bunch of friends, so it's not like super pressure to make me feel like I have to be a perfect DM and be Matt Mercer. So it's been a lot of fun for that fact.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I went to the pub for the first time in 18 months on Friday. It was amazing. Yeah, that's what you said. You had a fun time, huh?
Nice. Yeah, last night was definitely a scary. I did not think that it was going to go the way that it went.
Did you think you were going to kill him?
I thought that I was going to put a couple into death saves. My sister is she's that gamer. She's that person in the group that like she'll put herself in the position of figuring out how to weasel her way out of things sometimes.
Okay.
And she's very calculating on certain things. She'll pay attention to a lot of things, which is really cool. And then she also totally metagamed with her character and picked both Infernal and Abyssal languages because they're in Hell. So she was like, oh yeah, I know all of these languages.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fine because they need people who can understand how to speak those languages.
It's hard not to metagame, I find.
Oh, yeah. No, totally.
Like, why would you not want to be the best for the scenario? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Jason was the first player character that I killed as well.
Oh. I've actually never been in a game where somebody died. On purpose. Like, not on purpose. There's been a couple times where, like, I didn't know that the player and the DM had already worked out that they wanted to switch characters, so then they, like... Yeah. And then we're like, oh, you're dead, but it's because I want to play somebody new. But that's different. Yeah. That's different.
Jason didn't want to play somebody new, but it was the person that was the easier to be able to change a character at the higher level that they're at currently.
What level are they?
They actually just got to 10th level last night.
Damn. I've still never been past level 7.
We'll have to change that.
It's depressing. One time I've tried to get my DMs to be like, just let me play high level for a one shot, just to feel like what it's like to be scared.
Oh, you TPK'd a party before? Oof. Well, now we got to hear the story, because
yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
No, I do think the game that I play online with Jesse, our next session is the end of the current campaign.
Okay.
And we're level 7, but we're gonna we're gonna start a new shorter campaign, but we're gonna take those characters into it. So nice. I'm thinking that I'll at least probably get to a level 8 with my rogue and higher.
Yeah.
But the question,
is that Mad DM?
No, Jesse Blueflower.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I played that one shot, the PvP,
and he's
with them one time.
Yes.
He was in that.
Yeah. No, it also has Underdark Terrain plays with us, Dan, who is the one who runs the Star Wars game, actually, also.
Oh, cool.
And then a couple other people that aren't, they're just his friends, but
nice.
Yeah, but I'm thinking that's kind of, at least I'll get to try out but the other game I'm playing in is Horde of the Dragon Queen.
Oh, okay. Where are you at in that one?
Fuck, one session in. So okay. That's the one I play with Barthel's Marvels, Lance and stuff. So locally, but we initially played a mini, like a one shot that lasted like 3 sessions to sort of get to know each other before we started that. Yeah. But then life happens and like blah blah blah. So it's been all this time, and we finally just started it, and then the last time we got together, somebody couldn't be there, and it's like, we're so new to the campaign, we don't want to play if not everyone's there. Anyways, at this rate, it's going to take a fucking 20 years. But though that one is designed, the Horde is the first one, right? And then there's, what is it?
Yeah, and then Rise of Tiamat.
Yeah, so it takes you through 10, and then that one takes you through 20 in theory. But that's how it's... No?
Horde of the Dragon Queen ends at, like, 6th level, I think.
Oh.
And then Rise of Tiamat takes over. And I only know that because the group that I was playing in, we were doing Horde of the Dragon Queen, and then we stopped to take a break for a while, and we were doing Call of Cthulhu, now we're doing Hollow Earth. But, like, Horde of the Dragon Queen doesn't quite... and Rise of Tiamat they don't intermingle as well, and there's a lot of work that the DM has to do in between those campaigns. Because when you start Rise of Tiamat, there's a bunch of stuff that your party just immediately knows about that wasn't talked about in Horde of the Dragon Queen.
Okay.
So, and no spoilers, obviously, but...
Well, oddly enough, I've only ever played homebrew. Ever.
Okay.
First session on. Until like, I guess fall last year, I joined an online game that was Horde of the Dragon Queen.
Yeah.
So it was like the first time the DM was not good. He was a really nice guy, but I have never been so fucking bored. And because of that, like, our group never gelled. We didn't not get along. We just never like gelled at all, and it was just awful. So I played
that's
into
hard.
a certain. I mean, we got kind of decent like into it. So it's weird that of all the modules, I'm playing that again. Like of all the, but like so it's kind of it's mildly already boring because I'm like I know what's gonna happen. Like I can't metagame even though I fucking know like.
You know what's gonna happen
for quite a bit. Yeah, it's like okay.
Yeah.
The party nominated.
That's a bummer.
Wait. Oh, we're missing him telling us. Okay. I was playing a dwarf barbarian. Oh. I fought a giant for the first time last session and killed him.
Giants are fun.
It was just one giant though, so.
I'm playing with Alec, Shas mini painting.
Mm-hmm.
Carla paints tiny monsters, and then there's some other people. Mike, he's irritated Kraken,
Mm-hmm.
which is like the greatest Instagram name ever. We're playing against the Giants, the one from Tales from the Awning Portal that was rewritten for 5th edition.
Oh, cool.
So I finally got to fight some giants for the first time, and holy cow, they are ridiculously strong.
Yeah, one blow is like, okay,
Yeah,
I'm in
it's like,
trouble.
oh, I'm so glad we're playing at 11th level because I just took how much damage?
Yeah, I know. You're like, wait, what?
Like,
Yeah.
good God.
Yep. I mean, and I'm playing a rogue in a campaign that really wasn't suitable for a rogue.
Oh yeah.
So I ended up taking like a level wizard just to like
Oh okay.
have something else, because I'm sorry, like if rogues don't have sneak attack, they kind of suck.
Yeah. Well, you should get sneak attack.
I have it, but like it doesn't. Weirdly, the way a lot of our like fights are going down, I don't get to use it.
You don't have any melee people? Because as long as you have a person engaged in 5 feet of it.
I know how it works. I just, yeah, no.
Yeah. That sucks.
Yes and no, but yeah, but if you have your only one main melee person is in fighting with somebody else that you're not fighting with, like it just is weird.
Then
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't work.
At the end of the day, I'm just saying, like I thought it would be nice to have at least a few cantrips and spells.
Yeah. Do like the arcane trickster rogue.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I mean, I'm not though. I just took a level wizard, but because I'm playing I guess a thief. Thief, is that their background?
Oh,
assassin,
okay, yeah.
Assassin, yeah, that's because her background is.
Oh, the assassin rogue, you get crazy amounts of sneak attack damage with that thing.
Yeah, and I pick that stuff based on backstory. Like I RP the kind of choices I make for. I don't like try to min max my characters. It's like,
yeah,
she was assassin in her past life, so I have to go with that kind of thing.
Right. Yeah. You guys were only 6th level when that happened? Yeah, was it just one giant? Because it, oh no, slaughtered by giants. Ooh.
Yeah, I was gonna say, one giant is definitely manageable.
Yeah, one against a 5-person party, that's no big deal. But when you're fighting an entire encampment...
Bit different. Yeah, no, we just fought one giant with we have 4 players? 4? 5? 4 plus a wolf. Yeah.
That's cool.
20 giants. Okay, well that's just insane.
Yeah,
you should have run. You should have run.
Yeah, you should have. When the first person went into death saves, you should have just been like, nope, I'm out. Good luck, guys.
Oh, you're welcome. Night haunts are pretty sweet. I have night haunts I need to paint too. I have everything that I need to paint as I really slowly work on these stupid Delac hangers. They're not stupid, you guys. I promise. They're actually really cool. They're just... I've learned that I don't want to paint a bunch of things that look the same. It bores me. If I was not painting them for this charity thing, I would have probably painted them all really differently, but I just kind of felt like most people aren't like me, and they want like especially in a game like skirmish games, like you kind of want matching groups.
Yeah.
I don't, but... Yeah, that's the thing. They throw rocks, and we got hit a couple times, and
yeah, they do throw rocks.
I would have died except for rogues. Half the damage, have the damage. Which, thank God.
My dad was using that last night. He's a rogue. He's a half-orc rogue. That he was using a bunch of his evasion and uncanny dodge and all that stuff.
You gotta. I almost always go into the hide after I'm like,
Yeah.
I do my stuff, and then I'm like, and then I hide.
They got trapped in this small hallway basically that had some coffins in it, and they picked up a rose that was holding the spirits at bay, and that's when one wraith came out, and they had done some other things to get the Death Knight there, and so they when one wraith came out, then later the other ones came out, and they were all trapped in it. And so my dad was like, cool, I'm going to use Uncanny Dodge to disengage and run away from this one, knowing that it's going to provoke attack of opportunity from these other two. But I'm gonna do it anyways. And luckily for him, I rolled low because I did not get both attacks on him, but I got one attack on him.
It's funny, like, yeah, I mean, we really are, the dice gods are definitely ruling the games.
Yes.
We have all played the sessions where you just roll shit the entire time, and it's kind of almost not fun. Like,
yeah,
those sessions, you're just like, all right, well, this is dumb.
Yep. It's even worse when you're a DM and you have a monk in your party that's like, cool, stunning strike. It's like,
yes.
I
really want to play a monk again. She was one of my earlier campaigns. I played one, and we didn't. The group fell apart, but like, fuck, I liked playing her. A Tabaxi monk, so much fun.
Oh, that's cool.
Good combo.
My sister is a Tabaxi fighter.
Tabaxis are cool. They get like extra weird things. And it just seemed appropriate for a monk for me, like.
Right.
And you can like run on water eventually. You run on water.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And then when you get like really high levels, you can just basically climb up a wall without having to make any ability checks.
Well, you can do it immediately as a Tabaxi.
Yeah. So it's like get double, and it's just like, okay, cool, I'm gonna go run up this giant castle here. Okay. What are you gonna do up there? Nothing. I'm just gonna hang out.
I'm just gonna look cool up here in this tree. Don't mind me.
But yeah, our dwarf in our party, he loves using that stunning strike, and it's just like,
You have a dwarf monk?
Yeah, dwarf monk.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny. I like it. Dwarf monk.
Yeah, his character's pretty cool. He's been kind of out of melee combat for the most part as the monk, and is doing a lot of ranged attacks stuff.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, they got some cool homebrewed bows for certain people that, like, when they use a specific bow, I give them advantage on the shot. So he's been using that a lot lately because I've been throwing higher CR monsters at them to make things more interesting. And I've been actually kind of using some more spellcaster monsters too, because I haven't done a whole bunch of those.
I think they're the worst to fight as a player. Scariest, I mean.
Yeah, because they just, all of a sudden, it's like, cool, I'm going to attack you with a longsword. All right, cool, I know how to do that. And then, oh no, you need to make a wisdom saving throw. Wait, what? Yeah, because he's going to do a spell instead. It's like, wait, what?
Wait, what? Yep. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I like playing ranged or melee more. I'm not a spellcaster in general. That's just not my shtick, but...
Yeah.
Like, I really like because my only ranged is my ranger. And
right.
It works because I'm Beastmaster, so it's like my wolf gives me advantage on all my range, so I don't have to be put in danger.
Yeah.
Ever. Like, she almost never takes damage, so that's fun, but they also like playing the paladin and just getting right up in there.
Yeah.
Fucking shit up. Barbarians are
what
fun.
What path of barbarian did you play as the Minotaur?
I had a Minotaur barbarian I played with. I mean, I didn't play, but it's a good combo.
Yeah.
They are ferocious.
I did a one shot with a Minotaur barbarian, and I did the bear totem one, so I was immune to or resistant to all damage except psychic.
Nice.
And our DM didn't know that until after everything happened. She's like, well, cool, none of these monsters do psychic damage. I'm like, cool, so I take all half damage as I'm raging. She's like, that's not fair. And I was like, well, sorry, I don't know what to tell you.
Sorry. Yeah, I don't remember I've only played a barbarian in a one shot, and it was fun. I just don't feel like I would ever want to. I think I'd get really bored in a campaign with them.
I am playing a Dragonborn barbarian that I'm having a lot of fun. That I had a lot of fun with. I really like that up close melee style fighter. For me, that is my go-to.
That's what I mean. I agree with you, and that's why I like playing a paladin or a monk. Like, I want to be up in there. Like,
yeah. Barbarians are fun, just like especially at higher levels, because you can re-roll damage and like get advantage on initiative, and a lot of fun things that you can do with the barbarian. At least in my opinion, I really enjoyed it.
Maybe I'll explore them more later at some point.
Yeah.
I've never played a fighter either.
I have not either. My sister kind of enjoys playing the fighter. She's been wanting to play a sorcerer or something, spellcaster, for her next character.
Spellcasters are just... they're cool. I like having them in my group. I don't know. There's something, I think, I just like melee. I like strategy of fighting rather than... I don't know. Plus, it's kind of how my brain works. I'm not really good at remembering shit, and like to have to constantly be like really studying what my spells do is like kind of a pain for me, just the way my brain works. So I think that's
right. I kind of want to play like a warlock, but like
cool.
a melee warlock more so.
Yeah.
Just because I think it would be a lot of fun to do that.
Yeah, that does sound fun.
And obviously Cthulhu is going to be my patron, because why not? It's Cthulhu.
Oh, that's amazing. Now you're really making me want to play my... I don't know why this conversation is just making me want to play my paladin again. I love her. I love fucking Divine Smite. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. So I got to play a paladin in one of the games that I DM for another group that I DM for. And it was cool because it wasn't like, it was the NPC paladin, but it was Archon the Cruel, Joe Manganiello's character. And they made him mad, so I got to play. I almost TPK'd that party.
Ooh.
I put their paladin into death saves on his first attack, because he gets 3 attacks. So I hit the paladin 3 times, and I rolled 2 critical hits with Divine Smite. And they're like, all right, cool. So
there is some, like, it like sends tingles when you get fucking crit with Divine Smite. You're like, oh my god, this is so many dice.
Yeah.
It's so fucking satisfying. But then you roll like 1s and 2s, and you're like, oh.
Right, and you're like, oh, sweet.
Cool.
Yes, Hexblade Warlock is what I would like to play.
Yeah, they do seem pretty cool. The little bit of red up on them. It's interesting. Now that you've said that, I often, in a lot of the homebrews I played, there was an NPC or a bad guy that was, a paladin, and they are fucking not fun to fight.
No, they are very scary.
Actually, in one of our last campaigns that I played with Jesse, we were in like a battle arena, basically, which was amazing. I've always wanted to do that. Just the whole session is just like us fighting, like, so it would be like our party was fighting another like party. But one of them was like their whole group was paladins, and it was like, I mean, they're all NPCs. What the fuck, dude? We can't take on 5 paladins. Like, that's not a thing. And because you know what happens? They're constantly healing each other.
Yeah.
Like, you kill one and they're like, no play on hands. Like, just to each other. Like, they were destroying us. They did kill us, but it was an arena kind of like where they heal you afterward, like so you don't really die. It was like
Yeah,
we were trying to win
they
something.
have the
like,
clerics to you're
to
just
heal.
trying to win some money.
But still, it was like, what the this isn't fair.
Right?
I can't do this.
That's funny.
Yeah, my ranger is not going to do shit against 5 paladins. She
No.
would leave. She would run. That's what she would do.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I do enjoy playing the Rangers. That's in our against the Giants. I'm doing a Gloomstalker Ranger.
Oh, nice. Yeah, they seem pretty cool too.
Yeah, that's what I should have built my original Ranger off of. But I did not. I did the Beastmaster, and it wasn't really working out the way I was expecting it to or hoping it to, and so I ended up not fully healing him on a short rest and killed him off.
Oh.
Just so I could play Barbarian.
Yeah, I know that Beastmaster is the weakest of them. That's not true. Revised Ranger Beastmaster isn't that bad.
No.
But I don't play for making the best possible Ranger. I play her as her story. She's like me. She's an animal lover who likes the woods, so it's appropriate that you're playing a Hexblade Warlock and you're cool.
That's what I would do as a Hexblade Warlock.
But yeah, they're not the best Ranger class, but a Ranger sub whatever.
Yeah. Well, and it was just that the area we were in was really hard to get the pet animal companion to come to be able to do anything in. So it was just kind of like okay, cool. I can't really do a whole lot with it, and it was kind of pointless to having it. But
I played with somebody who they played a little gnome and they had a dog. And all they used it for was a steed. They just rode it, and I was like, I don't know why that bothered me, because I was like, it's funny and cool, but it's also they would never fight with it or use it for getting advantage, flanking, nothing. I'm like, you are not utilizing this thing well. Have it ride you in and then jump off and flank or something. What?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't give you any protection to be sitting on it, having it not fight. It didn't make sense to me. But I don't tell people how to play, but I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
There was so much cooler potential that could have happened.
Right. In the Minotaur game, we came up against a Lich and had haste cast on us. Crit with 2 of 3 hits and did so much damage you killed the Lich in one shot. Holy cow.
I'm sure that bummed out the DM.
What level were you at to do that? Holy crap.
Well, I crit with sneak attack and rolled max damage and destroyed
Which
something.
is always a satisfying feeling.
Oh my god. It was the most damage I've ever dealt.
10th level? And you fought a Lich at 10th level? Holy cow. That to me just seems like your DM was really trying to kill you guys. Fighting a Lich at 10th level. Or is good at
scaling.
Huh?
Or is good at scaling their enemies.
Yeah. I am not great at scaling enemies.
One of my older DMs, he's still a good friend of mine, but he doesn't DM for me anymore. He is really good at doing that. So we fought some fucking things that are scary, but it's just the way his brain works. He's a numbers man. So he knows how to, or just if they have 3 attacks, don't do them.
Right.
Only do 2, kind of, there's ways to.
Yeah, I did scale back the encounter from my other work group when they made Archon mad, but still ended up putting 5 of the 6 players into death saves. But, when you piss off a 16th level paladin to Tiamat, there's not much you can do.
No. Don't piss them off is the lesson there.
Exactly. Exploding skeletons? That's hilarious.
So in Horde of the Dragon Queen, when I played through that first time, I don't remember what town you're going to. It's the first place you head off to after that initial town, the first city you go to. Anyways.
So we picked up Horde of the Dragon Queen like halfway through.
Oh, okay.
So
not important, but like you can take the road, but I was like, no, we should cut, like, if the road goes like this, but you could cut across like the landscape, whatever, grass. I was like, dude, let's cut across. And because we did that, there's like some weird like burial mound you come across, and we went down in it, and is where I found a pile of bones, and my paladin touched one of the bones to examine the pile, and it immediately turned into a skeleton horse that became mine because I touched it. So,
that's awesome.
Fucking rad, right? A paladin.
Yeah.
Vengeance was I was a vengeance paladin. Oath of Vengeance on a skeleton horse.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I like that a lot. So, but here's the problem with me not to metagame is I know that is a thing.
Right.
So
do you still go that way or not?
I still go that way and make him have to do that and be like, push in front of all my friends, everybody else to get to the fucking skeleton first. I want the horse. But the town that you're going to, I can't remember. It's one of the main. Maybe it's Waterdeep. I don't know. They have like a spell barrier around the entire city where undead can't come through.
Okay.
So that was awkward, and I had to like leave the horse and then like refetch it. Oh, it's kind of fucking stupid. Like I couldn't take it in because it's, and then like, how do you disguise a skeleton horse?
Right.
To not get suspicious looks.
Yeah, like why are you bringing this dead horse into our city? Yeah.
And he can become a pile of bones again if I want him to, but then like pile of horse bones is a pretty big pile. It's not like
and if you don't have a bag of holding, you're not putting that pile into the bag of holding.
Which you don't when you're level 1.
No.
Or maybe 2, I guess, at that point is what we were, but which also I never ever had a DM start me at level. I never played level 1 until this new campaign I'm in.
Oh, really?
Every DM started us at 2.
Okay.
Because there's really not much.
I mean, you can die so quickly.
Plus, it's just there's not a lot of difference. So it's like just let them start at 2. Like.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird to be like all obsessing over wanting to get past level 7, and now here I am back at fucking level 1 again. You know, it's like, oh
God. My next campaign, I'll have my players start at 3rd level, but in their backstories, they have to tell me how, like, their character chose that path and what they've encountered leading up to that, getting to that 3rd level and everything.
Yep, that's what one of my DMs did, and I thought that was really clever, because then it also makes you think out more of your backstory and gives you more to work with potentially, and that's how actually my paladin was in I played her in what am I trying to say? Homebrew.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like, she was designed based on his world, which is kind of interesting, trying to like translate that into like module, you know? Like wanting her to have the same backstory, but having not quite as fit as well, so I have to kind of... why she's vengeance. She actually changed her oath because of shit that happened.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like, she wanted vengeance, so she changed it, which is, to me, I think is... Like, why are you you know? I feel like that has to happen, almost.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like, you wouldn't just, like, as a kid, be like, I want to be a paladin for vengeance. Like, well, you need something that you're trying to, like, get vengeance for.
Yeah, so why are you so vengeful? Exactly.
Yeah, and, like, but you don't become a paladin overnight either. That would be something you'd have to train to do. So to me, it, like, makes more sense that would be Yep.
Oh, Amy's here.
Wait, you are? Oh, hi! I just got really screechy there. I'm so excited about you, Amy. Look what I'm painting, Missy. Almost done. She's like, I don't want to hear about it. Does this mean you're done with work? What? I can never understand. She's a nurse who works days and nights, so I never know what the hell's going on with her.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I didn't show it for long?
Oh, you were off today. That's cool.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't know why I didn't... Whatever. I thought you were working. I told you I can't fucking keep up. Mind you guys, I ask her pretty much every day. Too. What do you... Fuck those. Yeah, she's over them too. We like the models, we just don't want to paint 10 of them.
Yeah. Well, 10's not terrible, but...
10 the same-ish, though?
Yeah, that's true.
That's what it is. We're just bored with that part of it, I think.
Yeah.
Right, Amy? Am I speaking for you? But I think I'm... I think you're on that same page. She just leaves it at fuck those. Okay, yeah, well, enough said. There you go. I wish I could keep, how do I say this? I like these models enough that I would like just a handful for myself, like 3 or 4 to paint just for myself.
Yeah.
But... Okay, have a nice evening with Gary.
Bye, Amy.
Amy, paint them already. Yeah, listen to Roland.
The faster you paint them, the faster you're done.
Yes, we get to move on with our lives. That's about where I'm at right now.
I really hope this print is working. It looks like it is.
I hope for you that it is too.
I really hate having to reprint things.
Yeah. I don't... Yeah, it doesn't sound like fun. You know what is part of what takes me so long on these guys is I paint much slower during streams, and I almost only paint these during streams. So that's probably part of the issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still kind of feel like I need to keep... Like, am I doing them to the same level of quality? I think so. I don't know, guys. Do it. Get that raffle going. Send me Necromunda. Oh my god. The irony that, I don't know if you know this, Andy, but Roland has ridiculous luck and wins a fuck ton of giveaways.
Oh, really?
Like a weird amount. Like bizarre luck. So when he says, send me the Necromunda, I'm like, yeah, there's probably a good chance that's gonna happen. Because
I've entered so many contests, and I've never won them that I stopped entering, because I was just like, well, like, I mean, they don't take any time, right? But it's also just like, oh, I'm entering all these things and never getting anything.
Yeah, I don't enter mini myself anymore. A lot of the reason is I don't need more minis, and I'd just rather let somebody else, like, I don't need to enter that. I think
all the ones that I want to enter... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I think Roland is doing the opposite, though. He enters all of them, and so he's increasing his chances, is what it is.
Yeah, and gets that ever-growing pile of shame.
Yes.
Of unpainted minis, at least.
How many have you won, Roland? What were you going to say, Andy, before I interrupted again?
Oh, all the ones that I want to enter are, like, companies giving away 3D printers.
Yes.
And then it's like, oh, cool. Everyone enters those, because why would you not want a free 3D printer?
Yeah, they're not cheap. It's not like a $20 model we're talking.
Yeah.
I mean, I do actually all enter a lot of those, too, even though I'm not super... Like, I feel like if I got a free one, I'd be... maybe would be open to... Or just sell it. Or, yeah, something.
I think if you won one, you would love it.
I think I would, too.
Because there are so many cool models that you can print out.
You know what I want one is not so much for models. Well, not for character models. I want, because I'm a crafter, I want to be able to make stuff that I can't... Print stuff I can't make as easily. Like bits for...
Yeah.
Bottles and lantern, just shit like that. Like,
Well, and there's also like so many companies that are doing like terrain stuff too.
Yes, that's what I want.
That is super cool, and I would love to have like a smaller printer just to do terrain
Rock
bits
that
off of
stuff out.
too.
Yeah. Oh, what was I? This guy lost my thought again. Oh, because I want to do more sci-fi, cyberpunk,
Oh yeah,
sci-fi stuff, and that shit's kind of. It'd be a lot easier to print out some of that stuff.
yeah.
Try and make it with foam. Like foam doesn't translate to sci-fi very well. Like the stuff we,
No.
for our making old stone ruins and stuff works great for foam. It's like kind of not great for.
Yeah.
You won 5 since March. Damn.
That's insane.
I should say, I have won 3 or 4 giveaways in the last year and a half, but. So I guess I'm partially pretty lucky too, I think. Nothing ever very big though, like just a little model or something.
Yeah. If you haven't used, if you do glazing and stuff, don't you?
A bit, yeah. My weird version of it, yes.
Airbrush paints,
Yes.
like they work so good for glazing. Oh my goodness.
I agree. The main thing I use for glazing actually is contrast paints. So similar concept.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Really, really thinned.
I still have not ever used contrast paints.
I think you would really like them. They're amazing too. They're probably one of the best tools I've added to my for that reason. Yeah, they're fantastic.
Okay. Well, a lot of those are only Citadel. Like Vallejo doesn't make contrast paints, right?
No, there's the whole line is Citadel, but you can even get this is like clear contrast medium.
Yeah.
You can make your own essentially.
Okay.
So I do that now a lot too. I'll add that to like one of my Vallejo colors or whatever to get kind of a thinned. Yeah, they're basically like a mix of a wash. It's like a wash meets. It's like inks actually in that kind of way.
Okay.
They're sort of in between.
I just have a huge issue with getting Citadel stuff just because I see so many people knocking all of their stuff over or just not closing up and drying out on you, and it's just like, yeah, like I don't want to spend money on something that is gonna possibly go bad after a couple weeks and dry up on me.
Well, what you have to do is it's because you have to clean back of the like where it gunks up, and I do think that's bullshit and I hate it, but overall most of mine are not, and it's fine and they close up fine.
Okay. Because I have the liquid green stuff from Citadel, because 3D printing you can't always, like, you have to use some sort of green stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
So, but that also, like, I have one bottle of liquid green stuff that's like dried out, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool.
Oh, their pots are
awesome.
I've spent a lot of time complaining about Citadel's pots because I think they're a scam on purpose, honestly.
Oh yeah, I mean it's not Warhammer. The joke, right? Of it costs $40,000 to get into Warhammer. It also costs $40,000 because you're just constantly buying paint.
Yep, and people will be like, "Yeah, but it costs money to change your design." I'm like, no, it doesn't. Yes, it does. Yeah. But like all companies are constantly changing their packaging. Like that's a duh. Yeah. Like they could easily have done that at some point. Like they're a fucking plastics company, for Pete's sake.
Yeah. Like it takes the amount of time it would take for them to change their pots to put a dropper bottle on it. That the amount to do that is not
that big of a deal.
No, for them that's pretty much chump change.
Exactly, and that's why I feel like it's a scam.
Yep, I would agree.
Yes, if you spill your paints or they dry up faster, what's the solution? Buy more.
Yeah.
Whereas I am still using my original paint set from Vallejo.
Yeah.
With nothing. No issue.
Yeah. I still have some of the same paints that I bought when I first started that are still great. And I love them. I love Vallejo paints. They're absolutely my favorite.
Me too. They're good price, good quality.
Yeah.
Huge array of colors.
Oh my goodness. And that's just the game color line even too. Like you get into the model color line and there's even crazier stuff in there.
Yeah, my original set is a game, but I have over time been buying models. I mean, my favorite purple that I use all the time is a model color, actually. Like,
Oh yeah. Do you have hexed lichen from game color?
do I? No.
Oh, that is. I
What's
don't know
that?
if you can see the beautifulness that is this color.
Oh, game
but,
color.
Oh my.
I thought you said.
Yeah, the game color hexed lichen.
Yes.
That is.
Yeah, that's the main purple that they come with. Yeah, that's the other one I use.
I love that purple. That purple is amazing.
Yeah, I've been using it today. It's one I'm highlighting the black cloaks with.
Yeah. Big fan of that color.
No, it's a fantastic one. I like the other one more because it's on the warmer side. I tend to like warmer purples more.
Yeah. I had bought, I thought it was supposed to be the air version of Hex Lichen, and it's actually alien purple.
Oh.
And it's like a pastel purple. It's really weird. And I kind of like it, and I haven't used it yet, but because that's what I do is I just buy paints. I'm like, oh, yeah, that color looks cool, and then I don't use it.
I know. Well, and I think I've probably already said this to you before, but I've slowly been buying more and more Reaper paints.
Oh yeah. What do you? I have some Reaper paints. What's your opinion on them?
I like them. I don't thin them.
Yeah.
I think they come out of the pot at the right. I like that about them.
Yeah.
I'm not like madly in love with them, but I think they are pretty good quality. I feel like they're just like a thinned down Vallejo.
Yeah.
They have colors that are I cannot find other places. So
yeah,
that's partially why I'm so into them.
Like their peacock green.
Yeah, they just have weird
awesome
colors,
color.
right? Like.
Yeah. A nice dark, like kind of tealish color.
Yeah, and I think it was because when you do a full order from them, they always send you free paint sample.
Oh,
and that's how cool. I got into it. I was like, oh, these are pretty cool. So then I would start like throwing in a couple, here and there when I would buy from Reaper, which I don't do anymore because I have such a backlog. I don't need them. But
oh, the struggles of being a mini painter.
Fuck, I know.
Always having the backlog.
So I think you don't like, Tom, you don't like dropper bottles because I swear to God, people that start with Citadel paint are stubborn. But dropper bottles means you can control how much paint comes out. You can't spill them. They can't spill.
Ever.
And they seal better. You don't have to clean them to seal them. Like, they're just better.
They are. It's a fact.
There's a reason why so many people put their Citadel paints into dropper bottles.
In dropper bottles, yeah.
And spend money and time doing that, which don't get me started on how lame that is too. That's so lame.
Yeah.
Silly.
Dropper bottles for the win.
The only thing that's annoying about dropper bottles is when they clog, but that doesn't happen very often.
No.
Do you put ball bearings in yours?
I do not.
That might be partially why I have no issues mixing my paint, because every single one of my Vallejo paints has two in them.
Okay. I have never really had an issue mixing them unless they've like sat on the shelf at the store for a long time and the pigments have separated a little bit. But since I have that vortex mixer, I have no issues. A wet palette that you hardly use?
Well, that was me until
I
was finally convinced.
But I guess if you're just taking straight out of the paint pot, you don't really need.
Yeah, but if you're doing that, you're not thinning your fucking paints.
It's true. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really thin my paints down too much.
It depends on the paint for me.
But I also use a wet palette that
does it for you.
Is always wet. Yeah. So.
Yeah. To me, that is kind of technically thinning a bit. You can't help but thin them a bit on a wet palette.
Yeah.
Yes,
I will. Like right now, I'm using some army painter stuff, and that needs to get thinned down a little bit. But
yeah, Roland, I do too. Because I mean, just think about it. It's 2 agitators or what you have in like even like a spray can. Like 2 is gonna actually make an agitation rather than just like.
Yeah. I mean, I play games with my models too,
I know, yeah, that's not really...
but I want them to look really cool.
Plus, you use less paint.
Yeah. Or you're like me and you put them in your airbrush, and then you put in way more than you wanted for your airbrush. Then you end up painting like 4 models the same color.
I was just gonna say that's when you grab other ones. That's what happens when I accidentally blob out too much paint. I'm like, okay, what else is gonna be this color?
Right.
It's actually decided some of the color schemes, like back to spilling Citadel pots when I've spilt some of the contrast paints. Holy fuck. I'm like, oh, grab something, grab something.
Grab something quick before it dries.
Yeah, you do you. Everybody's hobby is their hobby. Just saying.
There's no wrong way to enjoy your hobby.
I mean, there is, but sure.
Right.
Just kidding. The thing with thinning your paints is not just about look. They go on
better.
They go on smoother, as in like it's easier to paint because of that.
Yeah. I've been getting better about at least adding like a little drop of water to them, but for the most part, I don't thin my paints down a whole lot.
I will put in glaze medium sometimes, again, depending on what I'm doing with that paint. Like,
yeah,
if I'm actually glazing, for example, I will use that because it goes on smoother because of it.
Yeah.
There is only one way to do it wrong when you don't have fun.
Exactly.
Well, unless you're doing it for money.
There is that too.
So, I haven't had fun on every commission. But that's okay because I'm being paid. That's like the trade-off, I guess.
Right.
I guess. I actually had a commission not that long ago that I was miserable. Like,
really?
Oh god, it was the quality of it was, the print was such not good. It was a pain to paint. But
that wasn't it wasn't Demogorgon, right?
Oh god, no, that was
okay.
No, that was a nice one to paint.
Did I tell you what happened to my Demogorgon?
You dropped it?
I dropped him once, and then he fell a second time, and now I have to reprint and repaint him.
Oh.
Because I can't glue him back together this time.
Oh, Humpty Dumpty, you can't put back together again. That sucks, dude.
It's the bigger version of the one you painted, so he's like on my printer, which is the E10, which you've seen in Lance's house because he has a couple of them.
Yeah.
It's still going to take me 4 prints to print that thing out.
Yeah.
Just because of how big it is. I'm like, I was so bummed.
That sucks. Stop dropping awesome models.
The first time was a complete accident. The glue job didn't stick, and Isaac's laws of physics, whatever happened, and objects in motion stay in motion until acted on by an outside force, and that was the parking lot outside my apartment. And then the second time, I had him on a shelf above my bed, and I rolled over in the night, and my blanket caught the very edge of his tentacle that hung over the shelf a little bit, and he came crashing down on my head at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, shut up! That's ridiculous.
So, and it was like a 1.5 foot fall, and he hit my head and shattered.
Resin is not. Yeah.
It's not forgiving at all.
The newer ones that they're coming out with that are very
yeah,
flexible.
Like the Ministry of Resin and stuff. That's good stuff from what I've heard. I haven't actually, I think the Tarask I got from Lance was Ministry of Resin. But it just, I don't know. I really like the E-Packs hard because it just gives you such good detail when you print stuff out of it. But the trade-off then is it's super brittle and will fall apart and shatter. So that's also a thing. But
yeah, I guess you get to weigh that out, huh?
yeah, so I now whenever I transport big models like that, I put them in a box so that way if the box falls, at least it hopefully gives it some sort of a padding.
Cushions, yeah. Yeah, it's really depressing to break stuff.
Yeah.
To this day, though, my biggest hobby fail was still being completely finished with an Artisan Guild pinup. Taking her outside to clear coat her, and then also taking out some models to prime. Spraying my primer, and then looking up and realizing that she was completely in the spray blast zone.
Oh, that is the worst.
There wasn't a bit of the model that did not get overspray on it, and so it was like I'm done. I was done with it, and now I have to. I cried. I definitely cried.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I won't do that again. Knock on wood, of course, but that was
right.
not fun.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's awful.
You know the Artisan Guild pink one I did with she's holding the sword in front of her. I ordered her again.
Oh, nice.
She might be part of the trophy for next month.
So is this giving away spoilers?
I mean, I'm not going to say anything beyond that. You can jump to conclusions if you like.
So everything has to be painted in pink.
No. I do think the next month for October I'm going to do another color one.
Yeah.
Rather than just a theme. You know how, I don't know who was paying attention, but last month we did 2 themes. And I broke them into 2 straight up, like, separate things, like, different prizes. And I think I'm going to do 2 things again, but keep them just being one pool. You might do a ritual part.
Succubus time next month.
They fall under the category often. It's a very Aaron theme. Dark elf girl theme. Let's put it that way. All will be revealed soon. I can't believe how fast this month has gone, actually.
I know. It's just, time is flying by, it seems like.
It really is. Summer is, like, almost done.
I know, and I don't like that. I like summertime.
I really genuinely love fall and winter and stuff, but I like the activities of summer and, like, being out and enjoying, like, nature more and...
Yeah.
So, yeah,
I don't like the cold. Cold and I don't get along, so...
And you live in Colorado, what is your problem?
I was born here. I can't move away from here.
You think you would be okay with it, though, because that's all.
I mean, it doesn't really get that cold during the wintertime. Like, we definitely, it's cold, but it's not like Midwest cold. Like, we have no humidity here.
I know, have we talked about that? I lived in Parker, Colorado for a little while, suburb of Denver.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Parker,
over a winter,
I don't know. It gets cold for sure, but it's not like, we don't have the weeks on end where it's like 14 degrees, so. And also when it snows, I mean, it's gone relatively quickly.
It's still colder than here, though.
I mean, you're not wrong, but my parents also live here, so...
I know, that's part of what I don't like it. I'm an only child, and it's just my mom, and so I feel guilt leaving.
Right.
Even though I kind of do want to live somewhere else for a while. I think I need to.
I can understand that. If I were to move anywhere, it would be Arizona because it stays hotter year round.
Oh, so you like it hot? Yeah. See, I don't like it hot
I
either.
Yeah, I do like the heat.
You're crazy.
I am very weird, and I'm okay with it.
Weird's awesome. I like weird.
Yeah.
You do your weird. It
All right,
comes with a good bum rolling, but the bum gets blocked by the tail, and I don't like that. This chick, yeah, she's got a nice butt, but then the tail kinda...
Oh, that's the Queen of Chaos from Mini Monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have that model without the tail, and her butt does not get covered by that.
How does she not have the tail?
See? Because I didn't do the print on that has, you can do with the tail or without the tail.
I want with no tail. You have it too, so I have it, Amy has it, Roland has it, you have it. We have been talking about doing a paint along all together. We paint that model together if you want in.
Oh, yeah.
When it comes time, whenever the fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I have... Where's the base? There's the base. So I have the severed dragon head.
Yeah, see, I didn't get that one part, but
yeah, so I wanted to do, because I really like the sword.
Yes.
And I didn't want to have the baby dragon on it. So I did the sword and the version of her with the dragon head. So that's how she doesn't have the tail.
Delete the tail. How dare you cover the bum? I mean, it is very off-brand for me to cover up a butt, but...
That is true.
Yeah. Butts.
Yeah, I had a huge ambition of painting that model, and then I kind of stopped painting that model.
Yeah, I bought it it was a gift for Amy, and something that we could both paint together, and neither one of us have been we have other shit we're doing, so it's kind of just back burner.
Well, I was gonna paint it, and then so many other models came out after I got my 3D printer, and I printed that out, that I was like, this will go on the back burner for a very long time.
These other things are way more exciting right now.
Yeah.
That's the thing with the pile is it's not that I like all the models I have, but they're just, sometimes you're inspired to paint something else, so you want to try something new, and it's like I try to be okay with that, not hard on myself that I'm not painting all the other stuff, you know, like I'll get around to it when I'm ready. But
Well, and I also know from some other friends of mine who have painted that model, it was not a very well received model for them, for their likes on Instagram and everything. And like when that's your day job of painting models for companies' releases and it doesn't do very good, it kind of threw me off a little bit of wanting to paint it.
Interesting.
So, but I mean, it's such a cool model, and it's also Tiamat. Like, who wouldn't want a Tiamat?
But then I'm like, but there's so many other great succubus, dragony, demon chicks out there.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's part of the problem. I'm like, oh, but this other new one is shiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely have a problem.
Yeah, Steve S.L. Smith mini painting. He painted that one for Mini Monster Mayhem because he paints for them. And he's even done like a throwback Thursday to it and like reposted it when he got a different camera light setup and everything. And he's like, it's still one of the like lowest posting lowest liked models that he's ever painted. And it's so weird because it's such a cool sculpt. I almost wonder that if it's like, because it's Tiamat in her human avatar form, that people just don't like it.
People like dragons.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, when I think of Tiamat, I don't think of Tiamat as a human, right? I think of her as the 5-headed dragon goddess that she is.
For sure.
So.
What color did he do? I mean, that could be part of it. People are receptive to colors or not. I mean.
Oh, I mean, I think it's one of his best painted things that he's done in a very long time.
Well, it doesn't mean it's painted poorly. I'm just saying maybe people weren't, you know, like when you're scrolling,
yeah, I think
your eye, like...
I don't know. Let me see if I'll find the his post. I mean, I think it's a really cool paint job. It's still definitely one of my favorite things he's painted of his. Here, this is. I don't know how well that shows up on the camera, but.
Oh yeah, that is gorgeous. I think I've seen it, but yeah, that's really awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why people didn't like it. Fuck them.
That's what I say.
No, Instagram. Okay, I have made so many story posts about this because I hear everyone saying this. We are all getting less likes. Like, they changed the algorithm again. Like,
yeah.
There's a whole bunch of YouTube videos about it. They changed it again. And it's summer. And pandemic is lifted. Like, across the board, most of us are getting less likes. 6 months ago, I was averaging 700 to 1,000 likes on every single post. Now I'm floating around 500. That's a huge difference. Like, so I'm just saying. I mean, and that's the thing about that. I'm not bragging, but I have more than 8,000 followers and only get 500 likes. Like, because it's because my reach is like maybe 3,000. So it's like not even half of the people that follow me are seeing my stuff. That's crazy. Like,
well, I think a lot of the stuff is, like hashtags, right? Like people will see certain hashtags.
Plus, hashtags aren't doing as well anymore either. They don't. Base everything.
Well, and I know Instagram is changing to be more like TikTok and be more with the reels and everything.
Yes.
So I know that that's gonna change a lot of stuff too.
Which kind of sucks too, because it's like I like doing the reels obviously, but I don't do them in the way that I think that they want you. Like, you know.
So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens when that fully changes. You know.
I know. I don't know why they need to do that. Like, why? I don't know. Back to the beginning of our stream. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Why do these developers do this crap? I don't think people are gonna bore of Instagram. It has its place, and the whole thing is that it was photography that we are sharing.
Exactly.
Like, there's always gonna be a room for photography, you know.
Yep. I agree.
How long have we been going? I was gonna say I probably should go pretty soon. For one, I'm starving and I need to walk this dog. But even though I often do like 8-hour, no, I don't. 4 or 5 hour streams normal, but
whenever. I'm good.
We can do this again soon too if you like. I'm trying to get back into doing this more consistently again.
I'm all for it.
Well, do we want to just do random hangouts or actually paint? We could come up with a theme of what we want to do again.
Yeah, we could do that. I know. So right now, just until Gen Con's done, I'm trying to paint up stuff specifically to take to that. Mm-hmm. Which I think I have like 2 more weeks worth of stuff that I still have to do for that.
Did I ask you I don't know, maybe I wasn't listening because I have ADD. Are you taking stuff to sell or just to show?
To show, but if people offer the right money, then I would sell it.
Cool. Gotcha.
So, there's some things that I don't necessarily want to sell. Like I'm taking my, that Tarask, and I don't really want to sell that, but if somebody offered the right price for it, I probably won't say no. So, but it is also going to be priced pretty high because I really like that model and I don't want to have to paint another one.
I think that's always a good.
So, because I mean, how often are you going to paint a Shadow Tarrasque?
Not often.
No.
I've not painted a Tarrasque at all. I need to. You're back to the airbrush thing. I really do need to get on with it because my personal big model project is my big black dragon, and I have told myself I am not painting it, but it has to be painted with that.
Yeah.
Airbrush. Not the detail later, but
just to base coat it because it's so big.
Well, that and also I want to do very glowy purple OSL. I think I showed you some of the images. Like,
yeah.
I really think that on a bigger model, I need to do that with airbrush if I want it to look smooth and good.
Yes, I agree.
So
maybe we could do a stream of airbrushing.
Yeah, the only sketch about that is like I guess I could have my window open with a fan blowing out.
Oh, see, you're way more precautious than I am.
Well, because when I was doing it during the stream with Amy during that 24-hour stream, I was getting high, and I thought this is not good for my electronics either to have like a thing of.
I just turn a fan on to blow the dust around.
See, and I wasn't. You didn't even have that, so.
Other than that, I really don't. Like, I don't open my windows because it's also like right now it's like 90 some degrees here, so.
Yes.
I don't want the AC to just constantly be running, so.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Yeah.
What do you think of these wings? So far, I'm kind of liking them a lot.
Oh yeah, I like them.
They're very basic base coat, but it's She's one of my Hero Forge cut commissions.
They look cool.
She's just like crow, but with purple highlights is what they basically want.
Okay. Yeah, to like, make black read as, or make a color read as black.
Yeah.
I like that.
And this is a chick that am really wanting to keep painting, but I'm kind of stuck on what I'm going to do with her, the rest of her colors. She's like a voodoo queen. She's amazing.
Oh, that's super cool.
She's such a busy model, too. Like, there's so much going on that, like, you really got to get the color right. Like, you know, I don't want it to be repeated in a messy way.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, she's neat. That's just so many.
Right.
So many. Plus all the new Artisan Guild, like Thieves Guild models, which are sitting here all waiting on me, and this little display base that I've been slowly working on.
Oh, that's cool.
It's just a scene.
I gotta send you pictures of my terrain that I built.
Yes, please do.
Using it for a D&D session. It's actually like playable terrain.
Fun.
It's gonna be sweet.
I miss living with a DM who requested terrain. I really miss it. I liked having that, which is why I like running the competition, because it gives me motivation to make something for somebody else. But otherwise, I don't really have a reason to make terrain.
Right. You're just gonna have to learn how to DM.
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking I'd try to get people. I have Heroes Quest, the old board game.
Oh yeah.
And I was thinking just a slight taste of what it might be like would be, because that has a dungeon master, right? So.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like a dumbed down version of D&D. So I thought maybe I'd try to do that, and see like how that feels before I jump into.
Yeah. You could always do like the starter kit of Lost Mines of Phandelver too. That's a pretty easy.
Simple. From
what I've heard, I made the mistake and dove headfirst into Descent into Avernus.
Okay.
And in Hell, there's a bunch of different things because it's Hell and it's not the material plane. So there's a bunch of different quote unquote rules to do for your party when they're in Hell. And a lot of it I was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. Like, based off of however many hours you're there, you have to make constitution saves, and
stuff like that. Yeah.
Your alignment can change to an evil alignment. And it's like, yeah, cool.
No.
Not doing that.
Sounds rad. I mean, like, it's a cool concept, but not for
Yeah.
a new DM. Yeah, that's a bit much.
Yeah. But there's also a lot of stuff in it that I'm like, oh, that's actually kind of cool. Like, time and space doesn't work the same there. So, like, sleeping, sometimes you get, like, you feel like you get a full rest, but it ends up only being like 20 minutes. You know, so then you have to make a constitution save to see if you suffer exhaustion or not. And, you know, suffering X amount of points of exhaustion gets pretty taxing on you. So, like, our paladin, my friend, ended up suffering 2 levels of exhaustion in combat last night. You know, could only move half speed, and it's like, this really sucks. It's like, yeah. And if you fall prone, you're spending all of your movement to stand up.
Oh shit!
You're
Really?
exhausted. Oh yeah, because I mean, standing up from prone takes half your movement anyways. So then you're like, okay, cool, I'm gonna stand up. Yeah, okay, cool. I don't get to move anywhere, and this dude's gonna knock me prone again.
DS. Oh god, I forgot I even have I made a Hero Forge version of my rogue to paint, and I have so many fucking models, I forget that kind of shit. Like, what? My own custom model I forgot I had. Oh, right.
That'll happen.
She's so cute. I gave her a bandana.
A bandana?
Well, Chris, long time no see here. I'll say the same to you. Well, look who it is. A bandana, yeah, like a, like a down that kind of I rock that look in the winter.
Oh yeah.
She's kind of cool. How you guys been and what you painting? Good, thank you. How are you? And I finished 2 more Gangers. 1 left. Woohoo! Yay! I'll share them, obviously. Maybe I won't share them till they're all done, just because I think people get bored of seeing the same thing painted again and again.
Yeah, I cannot agree with that. I've been working on this ogre from Lord of the Print.
Yeah, very cool. I think this guy is at wash phase, which means then he just has highlights and then he's done.
Nice.
Yes, dudes.
I've never had models that had so much wood pieces on it until I started painting these 2 ogres.
Absolutely, Roland. You can always make posts on here. Wood. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like, there's just so much wood in it that I'm like, why is there so much wood here? Like, his base, I don't know if you can see the base very well, but like his whole base is like him standing on like a pallet, basically.
Wood's interesting. It's one of those things where it's like water's not actually blue and wood's rarely actually brown. Like,
yeah.
But your brain wants to make it brown. I don't know. Like.
Yeah, so I'm doing a base of brown, right, and then I'm just gonna use like brighter browns and maybe throw some green into it just to change up the color.
I use a lot of gray for.
Yeah, do some gray in it as well. But yeah, I mean, there's so much wood involved in this, and then there's like
that sounds
ropes.
Really funny. There's just wood.
And there's like ropes everywhere too. Like, why is there so much rope?
There's another. Okay, there you go. That's one of the best contrast paints I have. Skeleton Horde is also, it's like for skeleton color, obviously, but it's perfect for rope. Like, there's a lot of, and then they have a snakebite leather, which is amazing for like, there's a lot of ones that are like for those like smaller things that aren't really the model. It's like the details that I love contrast paints for.
Okay. Yes, Lord of the Cats dragons from Lord of the Print are the best.
I plan on
highly agree.
Yes, you guys, that's like the black dragon I have to paint next is the Lord of the Print one.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about it. Oh, nice one. Oh, is this for the dare maybe? Yes, I see. It says right there. Yes, she's awesome.
Was that what the link is?
Yeah.
Check that out. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Yeah.
I want everybody to enter next month. Pretend like it's my birthday and you're doing it for that. It's the Dare's birthday.
What's the
I
the
can't
theme?
tell you yet. Okay, you know what? Fuck that. I have like this thing where like you get special privileges if you hang out during my streams. I feel like.
There you go.
Okay, like drum roll. The booty dare.
The booty dare. Okay.
That's it. You just have to paint a model with a butt.
That has a booty.
It doesn't have to be a pinup. You could even do an ogre. Just anything with
something
your butt.
that has a butt.
Yep, that's it. It's just
maybe that'll
theme.
force me to do Tiamat.
See? Yay! I have been putting this one off almost a whole year, basically.
That's hilarious.
It was gonna be like last December's theme, and then I changed it. I chickened out. I was like, I don't know how it's gonna be received. But the longer like people know I paint the butts.
Yeah.
I like mini butts, and I cannot lie. Exactly. That's. I literally said. So a while back, they did like something that went around that was like face your art, and you showed like 9 images of mini faces. And I did the face your booty one, and I did 9 butts, and that was like what I said. That's when that came into my mind. I was like,
that's
so it's
awesome.
Gotta be thick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thick.
I'm so excited, you guys. Like there better be. I just want my feed to be fucking butt, just butts, booty, ass, feed. That's all I want. So I am painting the chick with a big butt, and it's like the front is gonna be her back, for the trophy. I always wanted to get that dwarf on a barrel with her butt out. Yeah. See, I thought about doing her, but I just painted her, so I don't want to do it again. But she'd be perfect for that. But I'm telling you, don't just think of chicks with like naked asses. Like it could be.
Right.
There's so many other models that have fun little bums.
Oh yeah.
I mean, even like it doesn't even have to be humanoid. It could be
like baby Cthulhu.
Like my baby Cthulhu. Yes, I may be throwing in a little baby butt in her. That might be happening, considering I have lots of little babies floating around.
There you go.
Little baby butts. OMG, Nurgle butt. Yeah, Nurgles have some major butts happening. Baby butts. Yeah, baby Cthulhu has the cutest butt on the planet. I guess what I'm saying is like, it's a cheeky theme. It doesn't have to be completely considered, like, it doesn't have to be all...
Yeah.
Rated R shit. It's just funny.
Yeah.
And I think the next month, like I said, is gonna be a color theme, probably like Halloween colors. It could be anything, but in like Halloween colors, probably.
Right.
Because Halloween.
Yeah.
Or I think I want to do a gore theme, where you just make something gory as fuck.
Yeah.
Cheeky
theme.
I
can get on that.
It's my very cheeky theme. Yes, that's what I'm thinking about in my head.
This is the first time I've dry brushed on this model.
Is it satisfying?
It is, but it's also I am learning to like kind of not heavily rely on dry brushing as much anymore. Just because it can give that super awesome chalky texture to it.
Yes, it can.
So
I have a mild vision of somebody, if I don't do this, somebody needs to. Sir Mix-a-Lot video, how he's like, there's the two huge, the butt cheeks, like the giant butt cheeks. I want somebody to make like terrain big ass that they're mini.
That'd be hilarious.
I need it.
That would be awesome.
All the butts. I even have a reel I've been saving to share. I have so much butt shit I've been saving to share for next month.
That's awesome.
I'm such a dork.
That is hilarious.
I didn't really you kind of when I first started painting Artisan Guild minis with their nice butts, it wasn't really my, like, that wasn't the focal point, but I've embraced
but
it since
that's
everybody else kind of were, like, saying it. I'm like, well, fuck it. Let's embrace this. Just
yeah.
go with it.
I mean that happens, right? And just eventually give into the peer pressure and
Peer pressure, exactly. Baby Cthulhu butts. Devin Townsend had butts in their video.
Which
Lots
Devin
of things
Townsend?
lots of shit has butts in there. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, you look at any rap video
I was
from
gonna say, like, I think Rump Shaker
yeah,
comes to mind. That
yeah,
what a song.
absolutely.
I've been saving butt shit. Shut up, Chris. Yeah, okay, out of context, that doesn't sound right at all. Phrasing,
No.
Aaron, phrasing matters. Son of a. Yeah, phrasing fucking matters.
That's hilarious. Well, now I gotta think of what I could do.
Yeah, just paint any. That's my thing. Like, sometimes I think people think they need to, like, enter something crazy, but we do random drawings, so you just need to enter something. Like, it doesn't have to be your best, like.
Yeah,
just a model that you've been meaning to paint that has a butt. Baby Cthulhu as the Coppertone skunks. Oh my god, yes, please do
that's
that.
hilarious.
Please do that.
I mean, if you did that, I think you just automatically win first place on that one.
I know,
don't
Aaron's
you?
like, well, I know I have judges, but.
but
Little baby butt. Oh, such cute baby butt.
God, that model is so tiny.
I know. Well, there's 3 in this that are.
Holy
this one,
cow, those are so small.
I know. Hold on. Where's the other one? One of them is being painted to ride that my neon dragon.
Oh yeah.
I need to make a little saddle out of green stuff though, so.
Because there's nothing scarier than Baby Cthulhu riding a dragon.
He's dragon.
Yeah, that's not terrifying at all.
Grogu butt. Ooh, you could sculpt a little Grogu bum. Or, like, put Grogu's little head onto, like,
Baby
something
Cthulhu
else or something. Yeah, maybe just go little butts.
Did you get those little Grogus from Beholder Madness? Did he print those for you? The ones that are like the Hellraiser Grogu?
The big.
That's I can't wait till you paint the Hellraiser.
Did you realize how big he was? I don't know if that's why I did the picture with me in it, so you could.
Well, and I saw the pictures on his Instagram too.
Oh yeah. He's this big. But
that is awesome.
It's a hell of a thing to undertake.
I can't wait to see the Hellraiser one because I've been thinking of printing that one because I mean it's Hellraiser and
amazing.
I love those movies.
Me too. It's such a cool mashup.
Yeah. I also like the what's the Ghostbuster one?
God, I almost want to just send that to you because I probably won't paint it. I'm serious. I probably won't paint it. But then there's like, is that wrong to do that when somebody gives you something? And the only reason I say I probably won't paint it is just because I have so much other shit and they're big models and they'll take me forever.
It's airbrush.
Yeah. You know, that's the thing. I know everyone's got to tease me. It's fair. It's just, I definitely see there's a reason why I bought one. I do see the benefit. However, I do like paint brushing.
Oh yeah.
So,
I mean, like I said, I use mine basically for priming and base coats, and then like the first initial highlight set.
Right.
And then other than that, I traditional brush everything else of the model. Unless I do like OSL afterwards, right? Like on the Tiamat heads, doing like the breath attacks, doing those glow. That was with the airbrush, but other than that, I don't really use my airbrush for anything else.
I know. It's like deja vu every time this comes out. I'm like, I know, I need to, and then nothing. And then the next time.
That's fine.
You need to I know.
Yeah, it's fine.
You know what I need is an in-person tutorial. For all the videos I've watched, for all the conversations I've had, it doesn't do what an in-person tutorial would do for me.
That's true.
Because that's the kind of learner that I am. Like that's.
Oh yeah. I am the same way. It definitely took me. I mean, I kind of. I used some models, like some fails that I had to
Mm-hmm.
just at least like learn how to use it better. Um, but yeah, I had to like force myself how to use it and actually push myself into using it.
Which props to you for doing it because I
I
didn't.
yeah, I like it, especially just like getting those because like getting base coats done so much quicker with it.
Yeah, I can see why that's appealing for sure.
Especially on like the bigger models too, right? It's just like, okay, cool. I spent 20 minutes base coating this and now it's done.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah. I do. I don't know. I'll do it. I swear to God. Okay.
I believe you.
I don't. I'm glad somebody does. I feel like I'm lying through my teeth every time I say that.
Nah. You know, it's again, it's there's no one right way of hobbying, right?
No, it just feels a little silly to have bought something I don't use. It's not like it was free.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm more annoyed with myself about. It's like, why did you do that? Yep. So everybody pick your butt models. You all get a heads up on what the theme is. Don't tell anybody else. Be quiet.
Oh, I already posted it on Instagram. Kidding. I
I'm
did not
glad
do that.
none of my judges are hanging. None of my judges hang out with me anymore. I don't know if y'all noticed
Why?
that. I don't know. They don't like me. They're not here, so they don't tell them that I told you guys.
Who are your judges?
Okay, so currently, Turbidius, Tom hangs out here usually, but it's Monday morning for him.
Yeah.
Goldfinch Minis, Lisa.
Okay.
English miniature painter, Jonathan. These are I'm naming off the originals first. They've been with me since day one. Roll for Initiative folks, Alexander.
Oh, okay.
So those are the remaining original judges, and then we also have Lady Kane, Chloe, Courtney, figurative speaking minis, is guest judging for a second month now.
She does some insane paint jobs.
She's so cool.
She is, and she's ridiculously fast.
I think that's what makes me the craziest about her. She's like, so I finished 3 more models, and you're like, wait, what? And they look good. What the fuck?
Yeah,
woman?
it's like how? Teach me.
And she has a job and a husband and kids, and like she's a super woman.
Yeah,
she's amazing and just lovely as shit. Anyways, but
yeah.
So her and then Amy, who does stuff, came on because Amy is my best friend in the hobby. And she doesn't want to enter anymore, but she still wants to support the competition. Basically. So the solution there was like, you should be a judge then, because she is one of the biggest supporters from behind the scenes for me, but also because she's won a couple times and just doesn't want the stress of like competing, but wants to still be part of it. So she was, anyways, yeah.
Yeah.
So those are the judges. Did I miss anybody? Oh, Dark Ages Workshop. He's kind of a backseat judge, meaning, how do I explain this? Everybody does a judge. We have a rubric. That's all they have to do every month, is just sit down with all the entries and like go through the rubric. And it decide your top 3, and then everybody brings their top 3, and then within there we figure out who the top 3 of our top 3s are.
Okay.
But most of the other judges like help. We brainstorm ideas for the themes and all that kind of crap. Why does she not want to enter? I had so much fun while she was in the front. Hey Al. Well, like I just said, she doesn't want to compete. A lot of people don't like the pressure of competition, or sort of, not that she thinks she's gonna win again, but once you've sort of won, it's like take a step back so that other people can. Because even if you enter and you don't win, you can still win the random drawings, and that's why. I mean, she'll still do stuff, and she might make the trophy sometimes too, or make things in the theme. It's just a little. She's done a few times. She's made something in the theme and not entered, just to be like.
Yeah, I've seen those. My issue, like, just the pressure of having to put something, and spending all the time painting it to try to make it as best as possible, right? And that is definitely. I'm also just in general a very competitive person. So
yeah, I'm kind of in between. I'll say that I've entered 3 now, but I was more entering in support of the person running the theme, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah,
for example, like Paula, She Creature, she has entered mine several times. So when she started doing one, I wanted to enter hers.
yeah,
But I gotta say, it's still like it bugs me a little bit losing, like, and so
mm-hmm,
it hurts my like weird self-esteem, ego shit.
yep,
I mean, that's me being totally honest. So I'd rather not put myself in that position. So
yeah,
instead, I just make the trophy and I still participate in my own, but I don't feel like it's being, yeah. You're
yeah.
back. We were
Well,
literally just talking about you.
we were talking about
That's
you.
weird. The first one you entered and you won. Well, you made a cool ass piece, dude. Wait, what? Why would they not want it? Did they not give you your address? Their address? Oh, you're both there. Oh my god, that's so funny. We're literally talking about how he won the competition, and the person who made the trophy is saying that he still has it. Oh my god, that's so funny. And
That's
you
hilarious.
both are in the chat. Work it out, guys. You don't need me to be. Work it out.
Like in Letterkenny, just figure it out. That's what I said. Just figure it out.
What did I do? Oh, we were talking about the dare, Amy, and he asked me who the judges were. And then Roland said, "Why are you not entering?" And I said, "Because she's a dirty, dirty bitch." No, I just said because you didn't want the pressure of competition, but you wanted to support the dare. Is that the best way to sum it up? And you're my best hobby friend. So why would you not be part of my... I guess, I don't know. I feel like I'm just rambling now. I'm not really... Hint, hint. Hint, hint, what? Hint, hint, what? Oh,
he's talking about for the...
Oh,
the
yeah.
trophy.
Amy, don't tell the rest anybody else, but I may have told people in the stream what next month's theme is because I couldn't help myself. I'm really excited, and I feel like they get to know because they're hanging out with me.
And I also peer pressured her enough.
A little bit, that too. I didn't crack immediately.
It took us almost 3 hours for her to crack.
It did. Thank you. It's only like a week early, right?
Yeah, it's
Which,
fine.
by the way, that stresses me out. I need to figure them out. There's gonna be so many more prizes next month too, because I've like pretty much asked every. Oh yeah, okay. I'm getting texts about taking the dog on the walk. I need to do that. Pretty much. I've asked like all the major people who have sponsored in the past to all sponsor this time because it's like, it's a party. It's a 1 year. I don't know. I feel like I'm like a furniture store. Like, I don't know, like getting clowns and like jugglers and stuff. Like,
yeah. Get the wacky inflatable arm waving man balloons.
Yes. This guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's hilarious.
Oh my god, it's for the people get more time to get minis for the 1 year anniversary. Yeah, maybe we should just tell everybody. No, because I'm not ready. I have to like prepare all the butt stuff.
All the butt stuff?
All the butt things. I feel like I'm gonna try to use I'm gonna make every time I post we'll use a different butt song, you know?
Yeah.
Because why not? Because
yeah,
butts.
Exactly.
Because butts. All right. Yeah, okay. Amy, you're back, so it's time for me to leave. We'll do we'll do this again soon, yeah. Oh, Amy.
Yeah.
You know, Roland has the model that we both have, but Andy has it too. We can all do a paint along, maybe.
Mine's base coated.
Oh, yours is already... Yeah, see? And his doesn't have the tail, so his butt is showing... Yeah, I see how it is. I know, well, butt stuff does...
I'm sorry,
take
Amy,
time,
Amy, that's also the joys of having my own 3D printer.
Did I just say butt stuff? Yeah, that does sound like I'm like,
yep.
You know, we do butt stuff. Oh my god, this is not... It's supposed to be dirty. This is supposed to be cheeky. Oh, the demon... Yeah. Butt stuff does... I'm gonna...
Yeah.
Not. I could really run with that, but I'm gonna not. Cause
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is 18 and over stream, but still. butt stuff is cheeky too. I know, it's a cheeky theme.
Yeah.
Also, booty dare just has such a ring to it. The booty dare.
Mm-hmm. It is a good one.
Little peach. All right. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with Andy and I. Thank you for streaming with me, dude.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Yes, we do again soon.
Yeah.
Everybody, have a nice rest of your day. Have a good day if you're the Aussies who are just waking up. Have a good night if you're the rest of the Europe.